Welcome everybody back to Learn Mortality Polar Night 7. Last time in Learn Mortality, Larry won tic-tac-toe. 3 times. It fucking hurt!
Yeah, that's about accurate.
So, here's where the players currently are. Last time 2 expeditions were set out. One to rescue Encelor King from the South Pole, which has just completed. Encelor in the cabin of the Circle in the Square alongside Goose, and Larry running along ahead. The other half of the party, including Human Elisar, Seiko, Lucy, Murphy, and Bliss, have taken a buggy to Mount Evans in order to investigate the origin of this vicious storm and potentially find out what's so strange about the peak of this mountain. And then, all of you are disembarking from your vehicle when, off in the distance towards the South Pole, you see a spear of blue light shoot up into the heavens, a verifiable beacon visible across all of Antarctica. It shines even all the way out to you in the Centurion through the storm, making a hairline blue light sort of wrap around all of you as you see it going and piercing up through the clouds in the distance.
What did Larry do?
What
Elsar's going to go onto his comms. Flex team, do you copy?
Uh-oh.
And after a moment, just the light subsides.
The fuck was that?
I have no idea. Val, are you there?
Loud and clear, Doctor. We saw it too.
Yeah, came from the South Pole. We're going to be on standby for a second here until the rescue team phones in.
Larry? Goose? Come in, please?
Hey, you guys, what the hell is happening down there?
Goose, come in, Goose.
And then you start to feel it. Something reverberating through the core of your feet, through the soles.
That can't be good.
We're nowhere near tectonic.
What the hell?
A few stones dislodged rattle onto your car. The snow begins to shift ever so slightly.
Elsar's going to immediately, we need to get the buggy out of here right now. There's going to be an avalanche.
Yeah, we need to get it back to someplace better.
And then Bliss pulls on his coat and points to the horizon.
Oh. Holy fucking shit, look.
And all 3 of you, getting into the buggy, just crane your neck back out towards the direction of the rumbling. And it's weird at first. Like the sky is darker in that direction. But after a moment, it becomes more clear what you're looking at. And you crane your neck up. And it reaches the clouds.
What? Larry, what did you do?
Good question.
I think I
What
speak
is
for
it?
all of us when I say.
Huh?
A wave, taller than the tallest mountain, rumbles towards you.
Hey, by any chance, are any of the facilities here watertight?
That would be a strong negative.
Everybody turns to Seiko.
Well, fuck.
We maybe should get up the mountain, or like behind the mountain, or like,
Fuck the car.
Anywhere but here.
So, before we continue with the scenario, I would like to tell you all what you can intuit just by looking at this. You've got about 10 minutes before it hits. Max.
From Eldastar's experience, is that enough time to get up the mountain?
Give me a brains roll. It would be close.
If we start moving now, we can make it to the peak of the mountain.
Murphy's gonna come over here. He's gonna pop open the trunk. He's gonna pull out the hooks. He's gonna pull out the ropes.
Everyone take one of these. I don't want any of you getting stranded. Wrap yourself to the harness. Don't tie each other together. In this case, if one person gets got, all of us are going down with them.
All right. So it's gonna take him and start going up.
Okay. At this point, something runs by you in the snow. Something that you just sort of notice out of the corner of your eye. Something that, given the circumstance, should be threatening, should be terrifying, but it doesn't even really register much because it doesn't register you, as a wild thing seems to be running this way.
Oh.
At frostbitten.
Trying to scramble up the cliff, and then it gets stuck.
Eldastar's gonna run
Eldastar!
over on the cliff and try to help it up.
Okay.
I know Murphy was warning us not to, like, use the ropes to tie each other together, but Eldastar's gonna try to do that for this frostbitten. He's gonna try to hand it the hook.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Yo, old man compassion, let's go!
It's going to reach up to you. It's going to pull up. You're going to wrap the rope around it, but the rope doesn't exactly get purchased. It's very weakly tied around it. It's going to have to do. And it looks at you, surprised in the moment, but likewise is going to just hop up to the cliff, walk along, and keep going.
Alright, yeah, Eldastar, while this is all happening, is going to look for, like, as he's walking along this ledge here, he's going to look for, like, I'd say this is an optimal route up.
So you would have lost that roll, but Millie is going to help you and point out along the pathway. With the tectonic shifts, try and step there carefully and quickly, please.
Understood.
Tali, at this point, would I feel any difference with my stand?
Yes.
Oh, good question.
Actually, I had almost forgotten to mention it. Thank you for asking. That would happen right now. 3 golden lights fly through the sky and sort of impact you in the back as you're climbing up.
What? Oh. Alright. I got good news at least.
Lucy.
Hi.
Pale blue dot forces itself out of your pocket, winks, flitting around you. Looks at you all.
I think my stand's working again, guys. Good time for it too.
Thank God. Okay.
They must have done it then.
Yeah, okay. Let's talk more climbing. Come on.
Murphy's like doing the like airplane signal thing of just like looking back, just like,
Oh, fuck me.
Let's go. There's a safe way up through here.
Over there? Okay.
Lucy, pale blue dot seems to look at you and zips off, looks back, just for a moment. If you're gonna do anything, do it now.
Yeah, Lucy's gonna trust Pale Blue Dot.
It's gonna come down, it's gonna bonk you in the head, and then it's gonna go.
I was hoping that Oblivious was gonna maybe he knew some outside knowledge, but if she needs a stand, I'm going to just let her have it. We should start climbing.
You guys first.
Lucy's gonna do the daisy chain with the siblings while they try and help out the others as well.
Quickly match pace with Murphy. He looks at you, and there's a sort of moment of understanding of like, as one who does a lot of climbing in this sort of condition. Well, he's not frowning at you for a second, that's for sure.
Sibling teamwork. Nice.
And yeah, Lucy, you, Gnome, and Encore are able to sort of catapult yourself up. Bliss holds his hand into the wall, runes appear, and just little bits of snow are blown out, creating sheer outcroppings, basically making handholds for himself as he repels his way up.
Who had tsunami on the bingo sheets? I certainly didn't.
Outside of character, this wave makes me concerned for both of the AIs.
I think it would in character too.
Yeah, Seka is equal as a rolling gold, but guys, a thought occurs to me. Big wave. The AIs.
Well, Oblivious did move off by herself. I'm sure that she might have some plan or something. Millie has distance, thankfully, maybe? The flats are not small. And hopefully the mountains themselves will break the wave.
There's not a whole hell of a lot we could do about it right now while we're out here.
Hey, Jared, Lucy would know that's complete bullshit just by looking at it.
Right now, we need to focus on getting ourselves to safety.
At this point, it has gotten a lot closer, and you're going to hear over your communicators, you're going to hear as you're climbing. What do I do?
I hate to say it, and it's going to be really inconvenient for us. Millie, you might have to flood the tunnel. If you can divert any water over into the tunnel, that would probably be the best thing for you.
Right now, Val and the rest of the scrapping team should be on their way back. They'll be able to help you hunker down.
Guys, I'm looking at the volume of water incoming. There's no way the tunnel could hold all of it.
Are there any watertight compartments either in the tunnel or in Usotiller that are still left?
It's not built to be watertight.
Millie, I'm gonna be sorry to say this. There only needs to be one room to be watertight. And that's where you are. Scrappy Sotilla if you need it. You are the most important thing there.
Fuck. There's no response after that, Lizzie.
It's like Godspeed.
Alright.
Goose, if you can hear me, take shelter somewhere watertight or somewhere high up. There's a wave incoming. Please be safe, sis. Can't lose you again.
I think the only place that they could make it to is back to the Ice Core lab. Maybe doing the same thing that we're hoping they're doing at Isotilla, making one room safe. I'd love to tell Larry right now. This is some weird karma.
You have to go somewhere else now. Because escaping the South Pole is no easy feat. Mere seconds after the defeat of the Devil of the South, like the world's largest storm drain, water began to erupt from the abyss. Larry, a crashing wave has pushed you up into the fence. You are only barely able to hold on with your one arm, blood dripping down from the lacerations from O's in your body. On the other cliff, LSR circle in the square, Goose still clutching to you and nearly frozen to death, and Solor are quite a distance away as the water rushes past, the waves building as the sea level rises. What do you do?
I fucking no idea.
Okay, first things first. Water, like a current of water, is now rushing out from the south.
Yes.
Like strong current.
Very strong.
Okay. Make sure that Goose and Ansler are on top of him, and he's going to drop into the water and let the current take him towards Larry.
Oh, fuck yeah. Okay.
Fine!
Gonna need you to roll bronze because you are dropping into an immeasurably strong current. So the first thing that's going to happen is your mechanical arm is going to be thrust to the side and strained to its limit. You feel like it's about to snap as you get caught on sort of this edge here, and you can feel the water ripping and raging this way, pulling at it.
Okay. Can I use it like a rudder and try to like turn the wheel of the gyroscope slightly to kind of influence using the tension to bend my main body away, my main frame away from the cliff?
I love that. That's awesome. You're going to be able to swing yourself out here, and as you continue to float through the water, there is this sort of bubbling, sizzling sensation all along you. The gyroscope is going to take 3 points of unopposed damage, and your body is going to take 5 points of unopposed damage.
Shit, alright. Water's bad, got it.
And you're going to see Goose reaches down. What the hell is going on? It's like it's eating away at you. Careful, careful! And Larry, you're going to hear something. Kind of this crinkling sound up above you. And you look up, and gently sort of descending from the sky, you see a light.
Hi. You might want to Find cover, kid.
The eye bends down, almost in a squint, or of a sad squint, and shakes back and forth. You're going to see as the ice to your left begins to unfold. And butterflies begin to land here, folding their wings over and over and over again. Growing from the side of the wall on that side, more butterflies here, sort of purchasing themselves on the other, meeting in the center. The water is slowed ever so slightly.
Right, forgot you can do that.
One more lands here, and pale blue dot stays there.
Let go of this, land on that, and push and hop myself up onto it.
Yeah,
Without
bronze roll, and you're getting a
roll.
hype man from Oblivious.
Okay. Kind of letting go, catching with my feet, and kind of like doing like almost a curl up as I hit it. So the momentum of the water just like pushes me up.
Yeah, okay. Sort of holding on as the wind is buffeting you. The water is splashing at your legs. Again, you feel almost this sizzling pain, but you're out of it. And you notice parts of the platform you're on seem to be shuddering, almost as if they're
Yep.
unfolding and then refolding.
Onto the cliff, onto the cliff. Come on, Oblivious. Should really come up with a nickname that's shorter.
More ice is going to grow underneath you, sort of creating rungs.
At this point, while he's trying to like climb up this cliff, can I say I've gathered like enough momentum from being in this water that I can like rise up, like propel myself up from it, and use my arm to basically just grab Larry as I'm like going by, as I'm like flying by him.
Oh, that would be awesome! Another chunk of ice appears here. Larry, you're able to jump to this chunk of ice, and you're basically hanging off the side as fucking Elisar comes by with the arm. And as he's coming, Larry, as the wind whips around you, the storm is sort of transformed by the effect of pale blue dot. The relatively weak illusions fighting against the rampaging winds in order to be heard. Thank you for what you did. It was nice to live in a world with friends for once. Real ones.
It's not over, bitch. Yoink! I'm gonna grab Larry. I'm going to start like immediately propelling myself up into the storm, up where I know like the cliff rises all the way back up onto that plateau where the ice core labs are. I'm just going to try to use the momentum to like carry me up there as far as possible, as fast as possible.
Okay.
But I just hope. Just gonna place Larry up on top of my main frame and just have my arm up there just to keep him secured as we're gonna be rocketing up through these winds, up through the storm.
I might have my hands busy, but my stand necessarily doesn't. Act 1's gonna pop out real quick in response to that. Like, Larry doesn't even try. Act 1 just pops out, sticks his hand through his ice, it comes out of a snowflake, and he rips pale blue dot back to him.
Okay.
Not leaving you here, kid. Come on. We're living through this.
Come on,
And you
buddy.
pull pale blue dot closer. Larry, you can hear it now. It's almost like there's this sort of static coming off of it, and you're going to hear again, "Stop wasting your time on me."
Nuh-uh, we need you.
All right, and Duncan, you are able. Oh, by one! Yeah, let's
By
go!
one. Okay, come on,
You fucking
man.
grab
Come on,
Larry!
man.
The quivering sort of form of pale blue dot as the water rises over this bridge that had been made before, submerging the butterflies under and completely drowning them. You are able to ride the rising sea up, and as you go, Elisar, you realize as you're going further and further and further, you're rising too much. You're rising higher than the Ice Core Labs.
Is it time? I think it might be time. Tali, I think it might be time.
All right.
The arm that has secured you is going to lift you up off of his chassis as it's going to start spinning and spinning and spinning the central chamber. Then it'll start off faint, kind of like an old light bulb starting to come to life. But soon enough, there is a brilliant golden glow coming from inside the cage. Eventually, the hatch is going to pop open.
Mm-hmm.
And like all the discs and kind of like rings that are around it will just like align, sort of. Looks kind of like the solar system, almost.
Oh, fucking Goose Ansler, get in there!
Ansler's not going to say anything. Goose is going to grab him around the waist and pull him back. They fall in.
You'll see kind of like as they reach a point inside, the light just kind of like envelops them and they just seem to disappear.
Forget it, this is LSR, that's probably the fold. Fuck me!
I'll like hand it, and my ice one probably got ripped off in this whole event. I'll try to launch myself into the hole.
Okay, because of Elisar's role, I'm going to let you do this. Launch yourself in. And you find yourself somewhere. Sure
I am somewhere.
Oh.
I'm really not that surprised.
Uh-huh.
Alright, you three, let's get to talking. Chop chop now. I'm going to try to position us over the ice core labs. We're going to have to make an emergency entrance through the ceiling, I believe.
Elsa? Here.
Is that truly you, Anselor? You seem to be back to your own devices now. Good to see, good to
More or
hear.
less.
Go ahead, grab onto something. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Are you really controlling this thing with 3 keyboards and a few valves?
No,
It's
they're
like
actually,
old-
it's a bunch of levers.
They're levers. I thought they were like keyboards.
I love the idea that there's just like Ghibli steampunk, like
exactly.
everywhere. There's like a horn lever. There's like a freaking like turnstile. There's buttons everywhere.
Yep, my brain hurts.
Corporal, attention!
Yep,
We're going to be up to our necks in corrosive seawater in a second here. What can your Haman do to prevent that?
Good question. No fucking clue.
Well, we're going to have to give it a shot. Listen, I have an idea, right? Oblivious can create blueprints. If I do some quick calculations using my knowledge of the spin that I have been infused with given this new form, we should, in theory, be able to create blueprints for a perfect sea dome made of ice. We'll be able to place ourselves within it, and as the water rises around us, if you are able to keep it fortified using your Haman techniques, we should be able to survive this whole ordeal.
You're fucking nuts. How do you expect us to get down there? Didn't you see how fast the water was rising?
I'm taking us down there as we speak. Hold on!
Alright, the plunge thing you did.
Are you telling me that has time not stopped, oh man?
Afraid not. Things don't quite work the same way in here.
And as he's saying that, he's going to pull like one of the levers, like a really big lever that has like a red ball on it. And you're going to feel like that feeling of like an elevator, right? When an elevator is going down, you feel like kind of your whole body lifting, but like 10 times stronger.
I said hold on to something.
Goose stumbles, fucking grabs onto this pipe. It's burning hot. Goes to this pipe. And Slo's just gonna root himself.
But, mate, what? This
I'm
is
going to take us
crazy.
through the ceiling.
This is a fucking suicide mission.
I need you all to get out and tell Oblivious everything that I just told you about the dome.
Also, he's going to like press another button over here, and like there's going to be like a printout of like some calculations coming out of this machine over here.
Hand her these. These should help provide the blueprints for a perfectly hydrodynamic sphere.
Scratches the back of his head, holds it.
Just give these to her.
No, Dad.
Time is of the essence. Now get out there.
He looks to Larry.
Larry looks back. You got a better idea?
No!
Alright, okay, we're all in this together, Buckaroo. Goose is gonna put a hand around his shoulders. Come on! I know you just went through one trauma, but what's another right afterwards? And she's gonna place a happy pin on his fucking sleeve.
Basically been the experience we've had since we got here. Let's go.
Godspeed, Corporal. And don't forget, tell Bliss we found his brother, and we're going to be trying to keep him safe.
Oh, right, I don't have a communicator. Goose, you should probably turn your communicator back on.
Yeah, working on that. Cool. Oh, yeah, Hello? Hey! Static.
We're still
That's
defense.
weird. Okay, wait until we're out. Actually, Fuck. Elisar, do you have something watertight? If we're going underwater, I'm gonna need to protect this until we're not underwater.
Given everything that I understand about these communicators and that they're kind of unnatural
Yeah?
due to Millie, does that really matter?
Roll a brains roll. Because of these unnatural communicators, it actually matters more than if it was mechanical.
There's a fishbowl. He's gonna take it. He's gonna take a glass of water and put the goldfish in it. And he's gonna toss Goose the fishbowl.
Oh my god,
Affix this to your coat.
It's a fucking goldfish.
And one last thing. If Lucifer is on the other line, tell him that it's time to make me proud.
Oh, you motherfucker.
Copy that.
And if the other me is still out there with him, don't distrust the man. Now is not the time for that.
Good words there. Alright. You two? Oh, not gonna be much help. But I know one thing. Those visions I had. The ice. The ice is the solution. He's right. You can stop the wave. You just gotta show her how.
You've been already shown how, haven't you, Anselor?
He looks at you cold and distant.
Many different ways.
It's gonna be important that you're out there with them. You need to explain it to her, okay?
I'll do my best.
Once the dome is constructed, I want you all back in here in case not all goes well.
So until we get to the Ice Core Labs, Ancillor, it might be best for you to stay in here for a little bit. Because I have a feeling I'm going to have to use some mod to get us down there.
Does Hamon travel through water?
Yes.
Yeah. He's gonna fry me if he does anything weird.
Considering how fast this is rising, we might have to plunge through quite a bit of water to get there. And if I don't want LSR dissolving, I'm gonna have to make a Hamon shield.
Going down? You know what? I'm pretty good at going down. You're going to need to fight against the water.
As the golden light is still coming from the chassis, like the central cage, Circle in the Square is going to shove its own arm into there. It's going to like rip its own arm off and shove it into the fold.
Just to protect
I would
it?
like to, to protect it, and I would also like to engage phase 2. My movement speed increases to 60 feet.
Okay! You submerge your way under, bubbles sort of ripping up and around you. And you're underwater.
Okay, do I see the ice core labs down there?
Yes, it gets darker as you go down, down, and down.
Looking over my shoulder, is pale blue dot still there?
No.
Alright. So how do I get in, I wonder?
The bubbles continue to rise around you. The area getting darker and darker. And you can see silhouetted against the underwater mountain. You're approaching Ice Core Labs.
I'm going to use that light that's still coming from inside of the cage to kind of like be like a submarine and try to like use it as like a spotlight to try to like find the way in.
You send out a spotlight. You see the door has been bashed open. You see roots of what look like trees sort of growing out around the sides of the Ice Core Lab.
Okay. Assuming that all the water had caused the door to be crushed in, I'm going to search for the current that did that, and I'm just going to let the current of the water flowing in the building also carry me in, and try to just expedite the movement.
Yeah.
Also using phase 2's enhanced thrust ability. Enhanced thrusters.
You would also see sort of, like, as you thrust down, you would see boxes sort of drifting around in the air that have come out of the holding garage. You can see the flag is just sort of flowing in the strong wind. Most of the lights at this point actually have just completely gone out. Underwater exploration. You come into the Ice Core Labs.
Is there still a current in here pushing towards stuff?
No. The current pretty much just very gently brings you to set in on this, like, floating rug. All of the plant life seems to be just sort of drifting and bubbling in its own, like,
Oh, I see.
suspended way.
Hey, look at that, you guys. She plugged up the tunnel. She must still be safe in there. Alistar's actually going to point that out. In the actual fold, you'll see that like he's been using like this array of like monitors basically to view everything. Has kind of like a 360 view on like all angles from circle and square. He's going to point that out. He's going to take everyone a little bit closer actually and like shine his light on it.
Hey, look at that.
She must still be safe in there. She's plugged up the tunnel.
Otherwise, the plants would have gone away. Act 2, you mind? Yeah, I know. Just fucking do it.
If there is a way that you can get us in there, Corporal, just tell me where I need to position myself.
Act 2's just gonna go through the wall since he can do that.
Okay. Act 2, it is a lot drier in here. Still wet. Your feet are wet.
I basically get the feeling of wet feet. Okay.
She's managing to keep most of the water out, but probably not for long.
Is there any way that you can deliver this printout with Act 2?
No.
If I had axes and arrows right now, I could. Unfortunately, I don't.
Is there a way you
go
can
in
try
there
to...
manually.
Wait a minute.
Go around to the
Chancellor,
side door.
that's it.
This is gonna suck.
It is. What?
The good doctor's out of commission. You should be able to resummon them to you.
He doesn't have the pens.
The good doctor? You mean the devil?
Yes, I mean the devil of the south. I'm sorry.
I can't.
Try it. Please.
Elisar, his stand is bound to objects. He does not have his pens.
Let me out.
We're submerged.
I don't care. Let me out.
Fine.
Vampire, he doesn't have to
I'll be
breathe.
fine.
Flip the hatch open. Push his head out. Look around. Kind of swim up into the center of the room. He swims around and he holds his hand out. I think this is the most fitting spot for him to do this. He's gonna spend a learning point.
Yes.
Actually,
My
2
boy.
learning points to get a new ability completely separate from his main ability. As he's going to hold his hand out, and at first, nothing's going to happen. Duncan, I'm going to give you the honors of this. Roll me a d2.
1.
Something shoots up through the grass and into his hand. Yes! That's the good one!
A genius. The genius has done it.
And holding it out,
Look,
the little entity.
He's been able to resummon his stand despite it being tied to an object.
Oh no, baby.
manifests around it, holding it.
Yeah, trauma.
Lancellor furrows his brow. And what's going to happen is he's going to take the marker, he's going to draw on the ground, and then nothing's going to happen. The marker just washes away into the water, and he just scowls looking at that. And he's going to stick his head back in.
I need a pocket of air. It keeps washing it away.
Larry, get out there and use your Haman breathing techniques. Give him a bubble.
That's not the smartest maneuver.
You want to save Oblivious? Fucking do it.
You're a vampire. You'll burn.
We don't know that for sure. Alright, just be careful. You can be careful, right, Corporal? Right.
I trust you, Larry. You
You
can do
need the
this.
wall or the floor.
Any flat surface. Don't matter.
Where are you trying to get to or do?
I just need to be able to draw a circle. That's it.
All right.
Act 2 is going to pop out of the wall and come back over here. And you're going to see Act 2 and almost hear Act 2 through the water and Solor take a very ragged breath through his gas mask. And I'm going to channel him on through Act 2
Okay.
and try to force the water away from this section of wall.
You create a pocket, an air bubble. Lancellor is going to carefully swim over, take the market from O's. He's going to stick just the marker in through the bubble, very carefully. Careful not to touch it. Gonna give him a bronze roll to make sure Lancellor doesn't fry himself. Alright, so carefully he sticks the marker in and draws a blue O on the wall. He then holds the marker back out. X's grabs the marker. He's going to point, just kind of holding his hand over his mouth at this point, and it's going to sort of float through the wall. And essentially, some water is going to start pouring out of the wall into the bubble basin, and he's going to quickly stick his hand through it and shove the paper through. And he's gonna have to do this quickly, because water is going to fill up that bubble and pop it in mere seconds. Quick he can be. Okay, he beat it by 1. Let's go, Ancillor. Let's go, Ancillor.
Whoa!
Okay, he sticks his hand in, he pulls it back out, his hand isn't severed, the water washes away the O, and the list is gone.
Alright, yeah, the hatch is gonna open up again.
Okay. He'll swim back. And I'm gonna need him to make one more bronze roll, and you as well. Circle in the square, Lasar. You are fine. He is fine. And he's gonna step back inside. Good work, dude.
I am gonna
done,
give
Ancillor.
an order to Act 2. He's not gonna like it, so I'm gonna probably have to roll against Act 2, because he's being ordered to go into the room with Oblivious and plug leaks with Hamad.
I see, okay.
I can get in there, you little shit.
You just hear grumbling, and he goes, and just pop, 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 pop. A door is gonna open, and water is going to start flowing into the room. And circle in the square, Lasar, you're gonna be pulled this way a little bit. But you're not the only one that's pulled this way. As all along the walls, the ice cores begin to unfold.
Oh. There we go. Okay.
And are also sucked this way.
Water currents, huh?
It's close to an air current. It works. Essentially, a blue light is going to start, like, kind of manifesting itself in the water through ripples. And you'll watch as the butterflies
there it is.
are going to start landing in different spots
Oh shit.
and folding.
Okay. Immediately seeing this, what Circle the Square is going to do is going to press himself into these leaves right here in the corner of the room.
Oh,
Just become
to
part
become
of the
part
wall?
Of the sphere.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Making sure that the hatch is facing outwards towards where the tunnel was blocked. Just gonna press into the vegetation that is blocking this tunnel. Oh, yeah, there we are.
Sitting on the sort of empty throne, bubbles floating sort of all around her, is oblivious. Or at least part of her. Really, the only thing that's manifesting at this point is a wispy crown, part of her face. You can see the eyes. That's about it. I'm gonna roll for her to command the butterflies.
Okay, can I add any bonuses to this with the directions given on that printout?
Yeah, let's add your brains as a bonus to it. You still start to hear bending and bowing and sort of cracks, as it seems like sort of parts of the wall are rumbling and breaking too, as the butterflies begin to fold.
Alright, you guys. This is it. I'm gonna need you all to get out there and help race, alright?
Hey, give me a second. I need a little bit of air.
I'm going to try to push away some of the foliage to create a path for everyone else. I'm going to allow the hatch to be opened.
The ice core labs are sort of starting to, for lack of a better term, be pushed aside and away and open.
Oh, is that like light coming down from above now?
Yes, it is.
Oh my god, okay.
And from your perspective, you're going to be able to push in because the building is going to break apart. I am going to need a roll if you want to separate yourself from the folding butterflies.
Okay.
You're going to be able to push yourself in. So the butterflies are going to sort of seal up this side.
Not becoming a wall. Not today. No thank you.
You beat the wall allegations. Congrats.
I will no longer be Pink Floyd's The Wall.
Sort of all around you, it seems like the illusions of the plant life are all quivering. They're barely being held up. Oblivious looks to you, still sitting in her chair, and tilts her head just kind of sadly.
What's the atmosphere like in here? Is it completely flooded yet?
The water level is rising quickly. She is submerged, but it's not at the
Okay.
roof yet.
Then hatch is going to pop open. Elisar is going to point to everybody else.
Alright, it's time. Get out there and make sure as much water is jettisoned from the chamber as possible.
Yeah, I'll handle that.
I trust you all.
Ghost is gonna hop out also.
Please. And Ancelor. You may have very well just saved our lives with that maneuver thing back there. I wanted to thank you for that.
Don't thank me till your life's saved.
Right. Too early for that. Let's do this.
Okay, Ancelor's also gonna jump out. He's got something he can do to help.
While Larry takes over the job of keeping Oblivious alive and not short-circuited, Act 4 was gonna go 1 to each court, 1 to each side. And all 4 were basically gonna work on recycling the water into the wall to strengthen it.
Okay.
Basically using Haman to turn the water into the ice wall. Reinforcing the whole butterfly's job with Haman, forcing Haman into the wall to reinforce it, doing all of that, 1 at each side.
Okay.
While I keep Oblivious from short-circuiting while the water is slowly being drained out via this.
Yeah, so Oblivious is going to raise her hand and point you over with sort of just a flutter of pale blue dot over here. And it's going to highlight things for you that are being waterlogged.
Kid, come on. We're not letting your crown break here.
And Salor, as she's like her head cresting above the surface of the water, I need you to make some holes for me, okay?
Got it.
Okay, cool. And then she's gonna dive back down. Unknown's gonna summon underwater. She's gonna pull a pin off. She's gonna hand it to it. Unknown is going to take its carrot, slam it down on the pin. In that moment that the pin is slammed downwards and buried down, there will be an air bubble. Using that air bubble, Ancelor is going to reach in and draw circles. As many as he fucking can. I'm gonna give my mana speed roll 5 circles in and have X's fly out. He's gonna crest his head back up. Goose is gonna pop up and he's gonna go,
Someone, I need something flat. Anything, like a piece of sheet metal. Anything. Anybody got something flat?
I still have scrap on me. I can say that from inside circle in the square, like some scrap comes out, like just some flat, like metal, like some corrugated metal sheets or something.
okay, yeah. He's gonna grab the sheet metal. He's gonna hand it up to X's. X's is gonna take it, and it's gonna fly up through the closing hole in the dome. And once it's outside, gonna draw a circle above the roaring waves, and the water's gonna start draining.
Good thinking. Ollie.
Fucking Looney Tunes magic hole moment. And then, okay, so Larry, you're trying to help save Oblivious, so there's gonna be a roll there, and also Larry, Goose, and Ancelor all are gonna need to make bronze rolls against the water.
Just gonna click the bronze. There's
Nice, Haman!
I'm saving Oblivious here, damn it.
Larry, you're gonna take 5 points of unopposed damage, as basically you can feel your cheeks starting to sizzle and burn.
I'll spend a resolve and take none.
Yeah, okay, sounds good. And then with that roll, 16?
16 to keep Oblivious alive.
Larry, you do the most fucking you thing possible. You take the computer, you lift it up out of the water. And there is a as the water begins to sort of drain from the area, the ice wall comes into form. All around you is slowly but surely drained out. Oh my god. And Oblivious stands up, her form sort of becoming more clear again, and looking around up at the dome above. It's just all the gaps are starting to fill back in. Pale blue dot nudges into Larry's sort of cheek and just nuzzles up against him. That worked. That really worked.
Circling the square is going to float up into the center of the chamber and just raise an arm, and with that single kind of like claw finger is going to press it up against the weakest part of the dome, the very top, that very top point, is going to use like the pistons inside of that claw to see if there's like any shifts in pressure, to see like if it's going to hold. Basically, this is going to try to get a reading down to the decimal. Right?
All right, you want to get a reading for
Of
how
any
much
force being
pressure
applied to
there
this
is?
thing.
Yes, please give me a brains roll.
Wait, Tali, did you already accounted for crush step?
Oh, of course I did.
Hell yeah.
you were able to feel roughly 20 atmospheres of pressure.
Is there any tell if it's going to hold?
Fuck.
The pressure seems to be increasing. Currently, yes. It's unknown if it'll stay.
Okay.
Goose is going to... Essentially, she pulls her hand out of her pocket quickly in sort of a reflexive motion, her hand tossing something to the ground, as if it's burning her. The communicator. And as she tosses it to the ground, it flips over and lands down. What you see sitting on the floor is no longer a communicator, but a red tube connected to a human ear and a human mouth. And it shrivels up and melts.
Well, that's disturbing.
Well, that's just fucked any way you look at it. I was wondering what the mystery behind those things were. Shit.
Goose shakes her hand off and just goes, ow, okay. More communicator, fuck. Hell, and you notice her shimmer. Something's wrong.
Yeah, I'm not surprised if the wave's this big. If the wave's that big that it's affecting Millie, she probably has her own issues, so she can't keep up the illusions and shit.
Someone else is over there, though, right?
She's resourceful, at least. And she probably has a little more warning than you did, Oblivious.
Yes, Collapse wasn't exactly, constructed with being underwater in mind, no. Quick thinking with the bubble.
You can thank Elisar, knocks on the thing. I'd suggest you don't let I'd suggest Ansel or you don't touch the ice. Probably gonna have to keep pumping him on through it to make sure it doesn't crush.
I love being in a cage. That'll literally kill me if I touch it. Fucking great.
You're telling me I'm having to have basically constant arguing with myself, but I can't understand the other one's language.
Larry just sits down at basically the base of a tree and just basically starts almost meditating, looking, just deep breathing in and out.
As everything kind of like settles after the action and the dome is up and seems to be holding, Yarma's gonna reach inside of the cage and is gonna pull out a bottle of champagne.
Oh my god!
Yay! Yay, we didn't die!
I'm impressed. I'm honestly impressed.
Alright, that's one team safe. Let's see what we can do for the others.
So, we're gonna head back to a different view earlier. The rumbling continues to shake the extremities of Iso Tiller. The last message that was sent, say fuck the base, scrap it all. Millie and Dr. Tiller share a moment of just looking out at the horizon. The approaching wave as it washes over the flats straight towards Iso Tiller. And Millie is just going to say, I can't catch them all. If they all fall here, I can't. I'd have to choose. And Tiller stands up, pushing in the chair. Millie. And she places a hand on the immaterial body, snapping her out of it. You need to stop thinking about them and start thinking about yourself. If you're not around, it does not matter how many of them fall. Right. As sort of the ground more just rubble of Isotiller falls as the tectonic shaking almost of the wave is enough to cause the construction to heave to the side. Bolt looks up, and Millie and Tiller head for the basement. As they run down the stairs, cracks in the concrete run to the side. There's almost a sort of distortion running around as Millie's ability, as extension of you manifests behind her. There's almost this like blaring sort of distant siren as they run. Sounds of machinery sort of opening their sides up as tendrils of red sort of start cracking their way out of the sides of Isotiller from underneath the concrete, pushing their way up, sort of pushing their way into the walls, holding up sides of the concrete, holding the building together as best as they can, as all of the forms push themselves up sort of together in this sort of unified sense.
Yes.
And rushing down, Millie's just gonna say, "All of you, I know we have our differences, but I don't care right now. Do whatever you can." That's more like it. Alright, let's see what the situation is. Bolt, you can talk to them, yes? Bolt nods. Wonderful. Make sure they're all on the same page. I'm not sure if they can actually hear what she's saying. Bolt is gonna come over to this group, immediately sort of bending down, kind of using his ability, reassuring them. Some of them almost seem to speak out in anger. One of them sort of cranes a clawed hand towards Bolt in almost a matter of, why don't I just kill you and get out myself? Millie and Tiller rush past, getting up to the console, as again, extension of you is there, and you can see from those vines underneath it, there's almost a pool of red sort of leaking down as again more rubble crashes into the side of the Millennium AI. Its form wavers and glitches. Millie runs up. There's gotta be something we can do. How do we reinforce the outer walls against this? Working on it. There's only so much my ability can allow us to do spatially. Can't you just teleport us out? No. No can do. I could teleport myself, not you. Not something that big. We have to make sure that your core is safe. Understood? This is an absolute mess. Then there is sort of a moment where Millie rushes forward and starts working on the console, and Chameleon just sort of stops and watches, looking around at all the wriggling vines. More rubble seems to crash and fall to either side. More bodies seem to free themselves from the vines. She steps to the side, sort of dodging it. You notice Millie wince in pain. And as she's furiously typing away, vines sort of reaching out, some of them grabbing and restraining some of these people that are running for the doors, other of them holding up the roof. Water just in through one wall, in through the other wall, in through the main floor, starting to build up from the ground below as it sort of pushes its way into these forms, these wriggling vines. There is a burning and sort of sizzling sound. Some of them fall down into it. Some of them just grab almost towards the corner, trying to pull their way up to latch onto anything, anywhere. And Camellia, at this point, stops. Places a hand on Millie's shoulder as she's frantically sort of looking through all of this. The static around her glitches. The illusion falls. Millie. I've got to save them. It's my job. I still don't know what. And there is a spark of static around her. Hey. And she looks back up at Tiller, sort of tears coming down her eyes. No, that's not true. Alright, Aristair continues, sort of an unspoken conversation playing out between the two of them. No, they didn't reset me. That didn't happen. They wouldn't do that. You understand why, Millie? What's there to understand? Look around you. Wriggling chaos. As Camellia's form herself is burned by the water. Maybe you won't listen to me, but you remember what she said, don't you? I don't know who you're talking about. She looks down, clearly avoiding the question. Millie puts both hands on her shoulder, turns her face, places a hand under her chin. What did Seiko say? Do you remember the words? What did Lucifer say? One step forward as a building block. And furthermore, looks around at the room, everything. It's time to let go. The vines are ripped by the water. An extension of you is ravaged by all of it, and Millie stops, typing at the keyboard, holds her hand down, and just sort of gently closes her eyes. And I'm gonna spend her last learning point.
Oh, child.
As everything is ripped into, there is sort of this wave of static around. All of the fleshy forms seem to be drifting, melting away, and more than anything, the illusion of Millie reaches her arms around Tiller. The static screams out through the water. Screams out. And then there's nothing but silence.
Child.
On the top of Mount Evans, crawling quickly, water rages all around you as you make your way to the very top of the mountain. Seiko, you feel a horrible burning sensation in your ear.
Can I have a moment, please?
Of course.
Child.
I'm very sorry. Everything around you sort of starts to burn. There is a sort of just psh of static, and Elisar pulling yourself up. You realize everything looks different.
Wood.
Fucking awesome.
Enhance.
And
Oh shit.
from Seiko, the communicator lands on the ground, wriggles up, and you realize a human mouth attached to a human ear. And when it looks like it's about to fade, it sort of sprouts out like roots through the snow and wraps up around and then starts to wilt once more.
Seiko looks at this, looks back over in the direction you tell her. Millie! No!
You look up
I love you, Millie.
in the wilted, dead vines. There's just a glowing white flower. And 3 words.
Motherfucker.
God damn it, you need to
Motherfucker.
stop kicking me. I'm already down, Tali.
Lucifer, Seiko, come here right now. We need to talk. There's not much time left, I'm afraid.
Through the
He's gonna
wind,
pick up the flower.
a breeze of snow just blows through, dispersing the static.
But the flower thing you said, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would like to pick it up and to put it in her coat.
As soon as you touch this, you immediately know what it does. Millie's last learning point is for one post-mortem ability. With this flower, you can save one person. Just one. You can put them back together.
Seiko riddles this precious gift. And she'll safely stow it. She'll turn to the others, tears in her eyes. Come on, we gotta keep moving. Billy would want us to stop fighting. Let's go.
Somewhere around here, if I remember correctly, it was somewhere in this spot, I believe.
This comes over to you, Seiko, as Alice starts
No,
running
wait.
Did you feel it? Not just like that. It can't just be like that.
Her
Here.
best
No,
petition
no, no.
was give us this.
What are you looking for, old man?
The exact spot I stood. You need to make sure that Lucifer and Seiko get to safety. Then before anyone else.
You can see the water is raging around the peak. It's not going any higher.
Has the wave subsided?
It's less of a wave and more like everything is just underwater. This is how we stand.
On a positive note, we managed to save Oblivious. On a negative note, everything at Isotiller is gone, including the plane.
Man, I wish we knew that she was okay.
I'll be honest, I did not think you were going to save her. So, kudos.
None of us know that any of this happened over here.
Nope.
Yeah. And
We have no idea if they succeeded, if they're even
Oh,
if they even got Ancillor, what all that was about. They know nothing.
Hey, Tali,
Boy.
yeah,
can I just say really fucking good work on this? You made me care about a character enough to cry when they die.
I'll be honest. This was never supposed to kill her. There's a lot of reasons why that happened. That's why I said I'm so sorry.
Okay.
God damn.
Lucy's gonna be looking out into the water towards Isotiller. Saw.
Yes, Lucifer.
I've lost my ability to think right now.
We need to back away from this ledge. Here. Come with me. This, Seiko.
Yeah.
Fuck me, there's a cat.
I just remembered that we would have cats from,
Yep.
I'm incredibly emotional right now. That was hard as hell to do, so give me a second.
Good.
Yeah,
guy.
you had to kill your baby. I can understand.
I almost had to kill
Jesus.
both of them! God. Oh, hi. All you can really hear is the rushing of water, sort of just as waves lap at the side of the what once was mountain, now more of an island. And those bulbous jellyfish just kind of pulse up on this tower.
Is this like a raised platform, this circular part right here?
That is the base. It's essentially a casing in which all of the machinery would be contained to protect it from the elements.
Okay.
Yeah, let's try to find a maintenance hatch. I believe I looked around before. If you can't find one, we'll have to make one.
Yeah, I'm
What
familiar.
do you say we transform it into a bunker for the time being?
That's a good idea.
Place to keep insulated out of the cold.
Yeah, let's do that. We gotta do something about that first, though. Points at the jellyfish.
Jellyfish, right? We might want to keep them there.
Huh?
You heard me. Those tectonic shifts that we felt, vibrations like that would have been picked up across the entire world. Surely, an anomaly of that magnitude would have caught the attention of United. I feel that if we try to hold out for as long as we can on top of this mountain, help will be coming. Those jellyfish up there may as well be a beacon.
And this is the big radio tower. If I can get it working, maybe I can send out a distress call.
Also a good idea.
Elisar,
In that case, we're going to have to start building in some sort of like igloo, perhaps, maybe out here, if you want to keep all the machinery intact so that you could use it.
I'll have to see how much space is inside first, but yeah, it might be a good plan.
What is it, Lucifer?
I don't think anyone's coming.
Bliss looks away. Murphy's at this point just kind of scowling.
Hey,
United's not coming for us.
someone has to come to investigate everything that's just transpired here.
Why
Not
wouldn't they?
United.
Elisar, we're trapped atop a mountain above a flooded Antarctica. By the time a dispatch even has a chance of coming by, some national guard, some curious country going out to see what's going, dead.
Lucifer, a minute, please. Over here.
You can say what you want in front of me, Elisar.
Lucifer,
Can you cut the bullshit, Doc?
we have to try. Do not give up now.
Oh, trust me, I'm going to be trying. I'm not holding out for United anymore.
Murphy points a finger.
Same fucking thought.
Someone want to fill me in?
Yes, if we're not keen on waiting, what do? Do we build a raft? Try to get out that way?
There's gotta be
The
some
plane
way.
shot.
We've got some material here.
Well, we need to at least try to use it to send out a distress signal first before we do anything else with it.
A distress signal. Yeah, with what fucking power?
Elisar just points a finger upwards at the jellyfish.
You think they're gonna work with ya? Okay, have fun getting electrocuted.
What's that wild thing doing over there?
Yeah, we
it's
have
curled up.
a frostbitten with us.
It's curled up under the awning and it's got its tail wrapped around itself.
Oh no, that thing.
If
has
we can
lost
find a
its-
way, the stray frostbitten that's with us may have a way to easier communicate with them.
Wait, that's not so crazy. So, a lot of electrical equipment like has capacitors, battery backups, all kinds of things like that.
Yes.
Assuming that all that is drained, if we can get those jellyfish to discharge,
Lucy, make me a bravery roll.
What you doing there, Captain? What you doing
Your
there?
temple begins to burn. You can see flashes of the water, of you, hand reaching down to it, boom, 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 touching the water, your hand coming back up, tasting the water, and you get this sense as you sort of recoil over, again, the splitting headache kind of piercing through you, and you feel, what are they talking about? You could walk right through the water just fine. You're Lucifer fucking Una. What the hell's going to stop you?
Something I was about to do. As he's coming back, he has like in his hand a cup that Elisar is pouring like boiling water into, and like the sound of the water rushing in his mind comes back, and it's like the sound of the kettle pouring into the
Oh,
cup.
that's so fucked up. I love it. Beautiful. Excellent. Yes.
Oh, that's so good.
You two need to keep yourselves warm, alright? First thing we've got to do is make sure that we have somewhere that's blocking this wind.
yeah, right. As I was saying, by the way, if we can get those to discharge, we might be able to charge the equipment just enough for one burst message.
It's a great idea.
Can we not
Yeah, you're
send
right,
it to
Barry, we should get
United?
one burst.
He could send it loud and wide.
Anyone that can listen. Yeah, that's how radios work. You don't have to choose a recipient. Shit. Okay. Fair point.
Why? But wait, why wouldn't you not help us?
Because they haven't yet.
I've begun.
You're the help. A lot of fucking good that did.
They tried once before with the supply drop from people that that Larry's connected to, and well, that didn't exactly go well.
We can make our way back to Isotilla. Maybe we can get to Millie. Maybe we can somehow pull her out and... Well, we can't get through all this water, but there's got to be some reason it's here, right? Well, it wouldn't just... I don't know. Sorry. I'm just...
There might be another problem. At higher altitudes, oxygen density becomes a lot less.
You're gonna have to not overexert yourselves, or you're gonna suffocate. She's right.
Whatever we do, we gotta be methodical. Part of the reason why I got the cats out, honestly.
Yes, the less that we panic about the situation, the less oxygen we'll consume.
We could try and make it back to Isotilla.
It's doable.
It isn't still underwater. We don't have a way of getting down there.
Well, we have Lucifer
Lucy points
here
to
with
Encore.
his spin abilities. We have Encore and Numb. We could use scrap from this radio tower to build some sort of submersible device.
A submersible might be a bit far-fetched.
Another bravery roll, please, Lucifer.
We don't even know if Larry's...
And you flinch again. You're gonna take 2 points of mental damage. And again, images, ones that you can't really tell what you're even fucking looking at, and then you snap back and you're craning your head upwards, looking up. When you snap back too.
Huh.
Don't look up towards that. That's what happened to me back when I had experienced that sort of time anomaly. There's lots of important things that we need to discuss. We can't be losing you for an hour. You might need every hour that we can get.
Right, I was just... thinking. And looks up at the frostbitten.
Still tail curled around its body.
I wonder if there's any more House of Dreams out there. Lucy's gonna look out into the night sky.
Scanning the horizon, and you... Oh, that's interesting. Seems like something's scanning you back.
A little beautiful.
Just on the edge of your vision, floating in the sky, with a swirl of sort of cloudy black entities flying around it. It has not moved.
Lucy's gonna smile. Ah. I knew a flash tsunami wouldn't take care of you.
What do you
What are
mean?
you looking at? Oh shit. What the hell is that?
An old friend at this point.
Fuck.
Everyone, lights off. Maybe it doesn't know we're here.
Sneako's gonna start frantically looking for an access point on the,
no worries about that.
You telling me it already knows we're here?
It knows I'm here.
It knows you're here. Oh! Great.
You're gonna feel a change in the breeze.
Get ready, everyone.
Wind starts flying horizontally, like such. And Lucy, you look over at the wild thing on the ground. As the ice from its skin begins to shift and form and peel off all around it. And the ice starts flying directly at Murph.
Oh shit, Ricky. Oh, you motherfucker.
And it's still curled there, none the wiser.
Can I grab Murphy and pull him out of the way?
Escalation.
What?
Escalation again.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh,
I wanna resolve that.
Oh, buddy. All of the butterflies swarm around him, folding themselves, and before he's even able to react, they fold into him, lacerating at his back, and jagged, sharp bits of ice just sort of freeze him to the ground. He's going to take... yeah. He's gonna take 15
Murphy!
Jesus Christ, Murphy!
And he's stuck to the ground. He's gonna summon his stand.
Everyone, we're not in a good spot right now. Be on your defensive.
You'll see Sentiment summons next to Murph, and he's gonna go,
Oh, for fuck's sake.
and he's going to tear his own leg off. Just full on ripping it off. He's going to stumble one-legged, and there is going to be sort of a whirling just shink in the air as a sort of mote of red appears around his stand, and he's going to look over at the other thing.
Someone get it close to me.
He's going to set a
Right.
secret action, I think, basically. That's his turn.
Okay.
I can't remember if it's safe for stands to touch the butterflies.
That's a great question. You don't know.
That's never come up, has it?
It has, but you've never figured out really the answer to that, have you?
Shit. I'm gonna launch a die at this butterfly.
As the air sweeps down around it, it is going to flutter up and fly at your face.
Oh shit.
Holy
Am I
shit!
about to learn my
Oh my
mortality?
god! It flies up, it lands on your left eye, and folds. A spike of ice goes directly into your left eye, piercing through it. Blood splatters all over the ground. You take 10.
Seiko, get down! Just going to try to suggest that it's like, okay, get down, be on the defensive, get be on the defensive.
I only have one resolve left. I'm gonna spend it though. So I
I'm gonna
don't
take 5?
take most
Fair
of
enough.
my
You are blind in your left eye. At the end of your turn, all of you at the top of the mountain are going to hear a screech. Essentially what sounds like a hawk crying out. It's closer to... It's higher pitched. It's not quite right to be a hawk. And it's coming from above. All the way above. Sort of out of nowhere.
Uh-oh.
As it starts snowing.
Okay, this changes things. Alright, Elisar's going to set a prediction.
Oh, hell yeah.
If it's here for you, Lucifer, it's probably going to try to attack you. From the sounds of it, it's probably going to try to bombard you from up above.
Elisar's going to get ready to defend Lucifer if something flies out of the air to try to attack him.
Hell yeah.
As for you, Seiko,
Yeah.
hold on to my shoulder. I'll keep you steady. Just keep focusing on the spin. Alright? We'll make it through this, I promise.
All right. I trust you.
Bliss whips his arm back up. Yeah, you can play at that game, motherfucker. And he's gonna hold his hand towards the butterflies. Arun is gonna appear in it. Woo!
Let's go!
Oh, Bliss! From his hand, essentially a wind tunnel erupts directly forward, carrying all the butterflies up and away into the sky. God, I love Chill Bump. Oh, yeah! It even rips and tears apart the bit of ice that is holding onto Murphy's leg. One of them survives. Bliss is then going to take the cat, rush back over here next to Seiko, and just be like,
Okay, what's the fucking damage? Anything I can help with? No shit, dude. Okay, what?
he's got 3 scrap. I'm gonna spend my 3 scrap.
Let's go! Fucking butterflies. It's always those fucking butterflies. By the bastardization they have done to my sister's stand, I'm going to wring someone's neck. Needs to look at this butterfly in the distance. And I'm gonna charge a spin, I'm gonna throw my lob at it.
Alright. Nice.
Yes,
The spinball shoots up into the air, and as it flies, sort of like like the wake of something skating along the ocean, it rips up the snow and pierces right through the butterfly, shattering it. Unfortunately, in its wake, leaving behind about 7 more.
Fuck.
Oh. I knew it. Ever since that goddamn thing Elisal said when we were fighting 25-25, something was broadcasting from here, or at least holding it around this mountain. Guys, the goddamn snowstorm itself is nothing but butterflies. The fucking blizzard that we have been fighting this entire time is just butterflies.
You're actually incorrect.
Thank God I can do my other monologue!
at that time, snowflakes land on your cheek and start melting, and then you feel it, and Num just like holds her finger up. Encore eats one. It's just like, no, I don't think so, actually. At least not this snowstorm. The one earlier in 2525 was, but this one's different. A bunch of them fly up here and start flocking together in relatively the same area, the light glowing and growing. At the same time, all around your feet, Lucy, bits and pieces of snow start to unfold themselves and stand up on the ground.
Okay.
And one of them floats up to try and land on the crystal.
That's all I needed to do to say my other thing in character.
Go for it, man!
Lucy's gonna take a step back. Encore. He's gonna drive both his hands up into the air and is going to just, with all of his might, crush the area beneath him, making an indent inside the mountain with rubble flying upwards up into the butterflies.
Yo, dude, can I tag team with you as Num real quick? Because I just thought of something.
Absolutely.
As he does this, as he's like hands up, Num flies in, points, and touches a single rock, making a perfect drill bit for him to crack down with. Just freezes it there, just for a second.
Hell yeah, that excellent teamwork.
Okay, the air vacuum. All 4 butterflies fall down into the pit.
Oh, necklace. After Crazy Town, I've noticed this twice before. I'm not sure if it's them wanting to transform it into one of them, but maybe they feel her. It's what the good doctor mentioned before. Solar magnetism. They want Iris. Bitches are after Crazy Town.
You're correct.
You butterflies, get away from my sister!
Solar magnetism. As you see these butterflies sort of drifting towards one another, crumbling together, and almost not even of their own accord, transforming into a hunk of ice from the wind that had pushed them down into this pit. And you look there and you see them, and just one is sort of standing out atop on the ice, fluttering its wings occasionally. Look all around you at the snow, everything that you've seen thus far. These butterflies, of course they would. An imbalance in souls. An imbalance in the natural order of life. Of course it would cause something awful to happen. The reason there are so many butterflies everywhere, the reason that they keep coming, keep merging together. Every time something dies, a new butterfly is formed. Ramping in power the more they coalesce together, ever magnetized inwards like a storm of themselves. They follow the currents of the wind. You've studied it, you've seen it. And through the wind, through the storm, blowing around you, you see a simple snowflake fall down. It lands on your cheek. And this time it doesn't melt. You realize butterflies are on their own harmless. Just follow the flows of the wind. So, in order for anything to be happening here, someone must be controlling them. And that spot on your cheek gets a little bit colder, and you look down, and at the corner of your eye, you can just see as it unfolds. An artificial stand created to preserve life now multiplies in death. All built upon a hope. Dream of a madman who wanted a world where butterflies never die. There it is.
God,
There they are.
God.
Small tidbit before we continue. I made a rule for myself. There are only 2 infinities in this campaign. This is one of them. The other one is Amelia. Together, they form 2 parts of the same equation, 2 sides of the same coin, 2 parts to this cycle of life and death that has caused such an imbalance down here. And now you understand, standing atop this mountain, why everything is in such turmoil, such chaos. These butterflies, they aren't just a stand of some sorts, of some unknown origin. Every single one of them is a fragment of a soul.
God. There's been so much more death than even it theorized.
Wait, so why were they in the ice cores?
There sure are a lot more souls here than there should be.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Something is going to take its turn. I need all of you to tick up your frostbite by 1 point. And the entity, off in the distance, sort of staring at you, is going to take an action. So the entity is going to float forward, right there, and stop. And you're going to see 3 individuals kind of flake off of it and fly down, sort of staying about 30 to 40 feet up above the top of the mountain, but they are flying in your direction, and they stop there. That is its turn. Murphy is going to continue prepping the same thing, however, he is going to pick up his leg. He's going to reattach his leg.
Okay, we got something coming in. Still not close enough.
I'm gonna charge spin.
Alright.
Alright, I'm gonna launch my spin die at this group of birdies over here and try to hit one of them.
Okay, sounds good. Strange. They don't really even try to dodge. Okay, something else is going to take its turn. Lucy, make a bravery roll, please. Standing on the edge here. Lucy, you look down at the sort of like, again, the cold getting to you. You look down at the crazy town on your cheek. You look down at your necklace. And you look at the edge. And Lucy, and only Lucy, mind you. Not Murphy, not Seiko, not Elisar, not Bliss. You see a bright light.
Hmm.
And you kind of squint your eyes, and you won that roll. And you see...
I won.
You did.
Fuck!
Floating all around it.
Fuck.
Can I do a quick check? Try to see if I can discern any sort of intentions coming from the stand all the way down here in the corner.
Sure. It's going to be pretty hard. It is just a flat stare with no real emotion.
If it's still watching Lucifer or not.
You don't know what it's looking at, but it's looking in that direction. Sort of past Lucifer.
Mm-hmm.
More to the right of him.
Mm-hmm.
Camera right. You don't see anything over there, but that's where it's looking.
How peculiar.
Let's gonna roll for rune. 7, pretty fucking good. Okay. He's gonna hold on to that rune, and he's actually gonna look down at the wild thing on the floor, and he's going to go,
Hey, I don't know who you are, but... Sorry, bud. I think they kind of decided that we're all rejects, if you know what I'm saying. Are you with us?
he's gonna try and get it on your side.
Yay, that's what I wanted
Good. That's
to
what
do.
I was gonna do next turn, so I hope he doesn't.
He's gonna try. It pushes itself up. It's missing one of its legs, and it kind of hobbles over to Bliss. Looks up to him.
Yeah, don't worry, buddy. You're in the shitter too. I'm not counting you out, even if you've forgotten who you are. I haven't.
Lucifer, motherfucking Una. The crazy town that's on my cheek right now is there.
Yep! You feel it.
And those over there are crazy towns.
Sure looks like it.
Okay, Lucy. Lucy's gonna walk forward towards this.
Okay. Crazy Town is gonna stay on your
He
cheek.
is going to extend his hand. Lucifer has lived around these things for a large majority of his life. They all express some sort of individuality, but nothing of intelligence. However, they really like perching down on things that are around. And in a house filled with hundreds of them, Lucy knows how to call them. Lucy's gonna beckon these ones over to him.
Alright, can you roll me bravery? One of them flies down. Gently lands on your finger, flitting its wings out.
Lucy is gonna take the one on his cheek and the one that went into his hand, hold them near his chain, where the other one is currently crystallized on, for them to find a place to perch and pupate.
Okay. As soon as you hold it up, both of them land down on it and fold their wings. And two anterior crystals just kind of jut out.
Okay. God, I have too many conflicting emotions, Tali.
Don't worry, it's about to get worse.
Good.
You've triggered a Phantom Bizarre Field.
Oh, God.
You are not shaken.
Lucy's gonna charge a spin.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, look, they're all conglomerating together. Encore's gonna touch the spin ball. These are my family, not you. And Lucy's gonna lob his spin ball into the conglomerate up here.
Alright, the way that Where Butterflies Never Die works is their roll is always responsive. It's always based on what you do. So because you're throwing something which creates a wind, they are going to roll speed to grab onto that wind and dodge. So your spin ball shoots right through the cloud of butterflies, kind of just parting them out of the way. So you will also then see that these butterflies drift off this way slightly. And the one down in the pit flies up and goes to perch on the side of the tower. Gonna need everyone to take another point of frostbite, please. They start diving in.
So these guys are trying to bombard me?
Yeah, it sure looks like that. But you look at the
You mean-
trajectory they're going.
Oh.
No, they're not going for you. They're going slightly above you.
Oh. I want to take the climbing gear that I have on me right now, the rope and hook.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make it into like a loop, and I'm going to toss it up above me and try to have them get tangled in it as they fly over.
Nice, okay. They swoop
Whoa.
on past it, and they slam into the butterfly, tackling it to the ground. You notice as
Wait
all
a
three of them roll through the snow, wrapping their arms around it, and hold it down.
Seiko, stop attacking them.
Alright, if you say so.
Thus far, they haven't made any offensive moves toward us. They're attacking the butterflies.
Lucifer has butterfly necklace, and I had a literal arm made of butterflies.
That's why. Wait a second. That's why they're after you, Lucifer. Are they some sort of unnatural predator?
Okay, so what do I... There's nothing here. What a... Not to sound like a fucking troglodyte, but what do I hit?
Stay put, Murphy. Be on the defensive for now.
Easier said
We
than
don't
done.
know what they're here for.
If it's not us, what could it possibly be?
We'll have to wait and see and judge that once they take offensive actions towards us. I'll do my best to keep you safe in the meantime. We have to withhold for now, please.
Fine. Lucy! What the hell are you doing?
He's quiet.
Oh, fuck this shit.
He kind of tilts his head backwards, tips his hat up, and looks at Seiko and just goes,
Sorry in advance.
and there's going to be the sound of a metal clang. Seiko, could you please roll durability?
Oh,
Huh?
fuck me.
This red light pierces through the eye of Sentiment, and then also pierces through Murphy's, and his eye gets cloudy for a second. And he kind of recoils in pain. And Murphy's gonna lose a plots point. Your cat's gonna fall over onto the ground. It's gonna look around. See Num and Encore? At least it looks towards Num and Encore. Seiko, you get the feeling that it doesn't have a target anymore.
Huh. I see.
It's no longer on you, Lucy.
Get your fucking head in the game!
Again, only Lucy is going to see this. You're gonna see someone sort of standing there, holding their hand out towards you. And you get the feeling...
Motherfucker! Put her down.
Just in normal clothes. That's a little odd. That's all you think on the matter before you get recognition again.
Okay, so I'm gonna pick up the climbing gear again after I missed the toss. So back when the whole time anomaly thing occurred with Elisar, he specifically looked up at the tower, correct?
Yes, he looked up.
He's gonna take that climbing gear, the rope with the hook, he's going to fasten it around the belt of his coat, and he's going to do his best, swing the hook around, he's gonna throw it up into the tower, and see if he can get it to hook onto one of those beams.
Okay, bronze +2, please. You hook it
Excellent
around,
roll.
it secures!
That should do it. Just gotta make sure I don't run into any jellyfish on my way up. Okay, he's gonna start propelling his way up next turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bliss is going to take that rune that he's got, and he's gonna say,
Alright. I'ma spot you, Doc. So, what's the deal with this tower? Anything we shouldn't do?
And that's the thing, Bliss. I have no idea. I'm just going to investigate it because that's what we were here to do in the first place.
I'm coming with you.
and he's going to take his one unbitten hand, which you realize is a gnarled sort of club, and he's gonna look down to the dog and just gonna say,
Hey, help me climb.
and the dog is gonna warp. Part of its tail is going to start to wrap around Bliss's hand and create a sort of clawed hand.
Yeah, symbiote.
And he's gonna start climbing after you.
All I know for sure, Bliss, is that there is a reason that this tower is the eye of this whole storm.
Yeah.
There's something up here, something that I saw that triggered that time anomaly I experienced.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, should I continue avoiding looking straight up?
Preferably.
Alright.
Focus on focus on your footing. Focus on where you're putting your hands, and make sure you don't run into any of these jellyfish.
I'll follow your lead then.
And he's going to, as he goes, slap the rune into the bottom, secure the rope on both sides. Much easier to climb.
I am not following reason or logic right now, Bliss, but I'll thank you for backing me up either way.
With all due respect, Dr. Sapinski, I'm willing to try anything at this point.
You're really making me think today, Tali.
Hello, friend.
Gnome and Encore heard the serenade before.
Yes, they did.
Do they see this?
Yes, they do.
But that's Iris.
That shouldn't be possible.
How is she here? Iris, what are you doing here?
She smiles, looking at you, and holds out her hand.
Okay, Tali.
Hey, buddy.
Most important, fucking universe roll for Lucy right now.
Good luck, friendo.
I would have to crit to hit even on this. The siblings are going to approach.
She holds her hand down to you. You notice that from her skin. 2 more. Crazy town flake off.
Don't do that to me now!
Lucy, you're not gonna see this. Seiko,
Yeah?
you're the one that's gonna see this. I'm so sorry, you're the only one that's gonna see this. You see Lucy walking towards the cliff. Num and Encore on either side. And you see something shimmer in the light as something sort of materializes out of thin air.
Oh! Oh! Lucy, what are you doing? Don't walk towards that thing! I'm gonna launch a die at this thing's spot to... You know, I'm gonna aim for the lantern. I'm gonna try to break the lantern.
I'm gonna say that the rope that I had tied around him and affixed to the leg of this tower is still there. He is on the leash.
You'll slap his hand on the rope and have the tornado suck up the rope to pull you back in. I love that idea. That works. Lucy, you feel a tug around your center of mass. You're pulled back a step as you see Bliss, and then over your head, Seiko's ball shatters your sister. And for a second, you feel angry. And then the air ripples. And you can see what was really there. Sort of floating in the air for a moment. Its mouth right in the space that you were, and then it falls back down into the water with a splash.
What the fuck was that?
What was that? I heard a noise down there. What's happening down there?
Big fucking fish!
Okay, it's time to get a little bit... Let's just gather around, everybody, around the base of the tower, shall we?
Yeah. Lucy, get the fuck back here.
Right.
Lucifer, we can't say for sure what this strange frostbite's intentions are, but we think it might be after the butterflies. Like some sort of natural predator. Keep safe with us.
They're doing what with the butterflies?
Get back here, you idiot!
Num's gonna grab Encore's shoulder and just look back out towards the water. What was that?
Fish.
Thank you. Eloquent as always, Encore.
Skinny fish.
I love Encore.
Could I try and see what they're trying to do with the butterfly? Like, how are the birds? Are they capturing them? Are they letting them graft onto them?
Are they changing the butterfly into another bird?
Yeah, give me a brains roll.
I want to make a very specific monologue that I've been wanting to say for a while on the birds.
I'll let you roll post them. Yeah, give me a brains roll. You look at them. The best you can get is that they're trying to hold it down.
Hold it down.
They have their wings pressed into it and they're forcing it into the snow.
Fascinating. Lucy's gonna do that, and he's gonna look over at the being all the way at the bottom of the map.
You'll notice that it is now watching where you saw the anglerfish land in the water.
What are you doing, Hexaflick? This is Hexaflick. That's my monologue, that this is the frostbitten comprise when Hexaflick watered out into the blizzard.
Correct.
Yes!
You'll notice Hexaflake turns his head to you, Lucy. And, basically what's going to happen is wind starts to whip up around, and you're going to see as the 6 butterflies in the air start swooping down towards you.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially, one of the birds is going to launch off and try and block. So you're going to get a bonus on this for whatever you decide to do.
I knew it! Oh, I'm hard calling a lot of things here, and I'm so happy.
Yeah, even I didn't catch on to the hexaflake thing. Good call.
Yeah, I saw that immediately, and I went, "You're the mother." Because when Lucy went up to
I'm so glad you didn't notice, Duncan. That makes me so happy.
Oh, I picked that up because when Lucy went up there and took a good look at him, I went, "Something's happening with you," and I've had that in my mind the whole time. And then he showed him, I'm like, "I know that mustache." So if the bird is coming to grab and try to like intercede up here, the ones that the bird is not able to get to, Lucy's gonna try and pick off.
Okay, with your spin ball?
Correct.
Okay, you're gonna get a +3 on this roll. The butterflies fly in. The bird catches one in its mouth, crushes it with its beak. You launch your spin ball up. 2 more are pierced. The rest of the 3 land down around you, Lucy. And they start swirling around you. Again, it seems like that's strange. They're faster. These three are going to try and land on the necklace.
They're faster?
Mm-hmm.
Ah. Lucy has released his spinball. There's nothing that he can do about that right now. Encore's gonna fucking hit Lucy away. With all of his might to not have them land on the necklace.
Alright.
Encore's literally about to deck Lucy out of the way, like over
Alright.
here.
Encore, with a punch, cracks Lucy head over heels as he flip, lands, falls, almost falls off, edge of the cliff. All three butterflies are launched up into the air at different intervals.
Since actually, yeah, that rope is still off. Now I've got a plot point. It snaps.
You don't need to spend a plots point for that. That was a strong enough force that it would anyway. It's unstoppable, Encore.
Yeah. True. I would like to take that as damage.
I'm glad you're okay with that, because that was the difference I was gonna make, was if you hit with power, you're gonna take damage.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Gnome and Encore are getting back up. Lucy hanging onto the edge of the cliff. The wind starts to ravage, and you see down in the water as the head of this anglerfish starts to crest up, its mouth sort of coming out of the water. And you're gonna notice that the mouth starts to unhinge and open. And wouldn't you know it, something seems to be reaching out of its mouth for you. Hand outstretched in your direction.
There it is. There's the fuck. I knew they were going to show up at some point.
Yeah, he knows we're here. He knows we're after his tower.
Why are you here?
The tower. It knows what we're trying to do.
Stop. Please
If anything, this is confirmation that this tower is super fucking important.
calm the fuck down, Tali.
Both Mad as Hell
Christ.
and Hexaflick have showed up to try to defend this place. Either Mad as Hell trying to defend this place and Hexaflick trying to help us, presumably.
Do you know how hard it's going to be keeping quiet about this for months?
There's something else I gotta tell you.
Oh, there's more.
There is a Phantom Bazaar field on Act 4. And there's something different about this Phantom Bazaar field. This is something I'm going to call the final Bazaar field. That's the last thing you've got to get down. That's your goal right there.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, what?
Holy shit.
I know I asked earlier.
Unopposed monologue, ear bliss, plus L, plus ratio.
Nice.
No, I asked this earlier, but I was asked, like, is there still a locked Bazaar field out there? And I was like, yeah. And I'm like, oh. Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
It's just Act 4?
Mm-hmm.
I guess we got a monologue about fishy fuck.
Got a monologue about the fish now. Of course, the marine biologist part of the place is the most dangerous part.
Objective 1, fucking save Lucy.
The blizzard rages. All of you please take a point of frostbite. That is the end of something else's turn.
Alright.
Can we appreciate that Tali has always specified that is something else's turn for the blizzard? I just want to make sure that's apparent with all the other players.
Oh, that's obvious. That would have been a
All right. Hexaflake's going to approach. Floating out in the sky. He's holding up his umbrella. He's not going to take any immediate actions. However, he's going to send 2 of the birds this way, and 1 more directly towards Rolling Gold. It's going to pick Rolling Gold up in its talons, and it's going to toss Rolling Gold back to Seiko.
Oh, I'm so happy Hexaflake is how he's acting so far.
Murphy sees Lucy launched towards the cliff, sees the other 2 up there, and looks back to Seiko and is just like,
Cat, now.
Alright. Marvel runs over.
basically the stand is going to stay there. Murphy's going to take it in his hand, and he's going to run this way.
Lucifer! Hold on! I'm on the way!
Yep. Scary fish.
I'm going to spend a resolve to take. I'm going to spend my last resolve.
Okay.
What do you want me to roll for pulling Lucy Boy?
Yep.
Power? Hey, Lucy, that's some glowing runes beneath you.
I'm gonna need therapy after this.
A rune is going to glow in Act 4's hand. And then a rune glows on Rolling Girl's forehead. Rolling Girl, you pull Lucy up. That was easy. Roll bronze, please.
Alright, sure.
You can't breathe anymore.
I turn towards Murphy and point at my throat.
Shit.
There's a new frostbitten down there. Not the fish.
The mouth is going to open fully, and you're going to notice that Act 4, in a spout of water, starts to float upwards to the side of the cliff. Holding the trident out, it points it at Lucy, and a beam of water coalesces and fires.
What? Water?
Water. Yeah.
Water?
Yeah.
High pressure water, probably.
What are you
Well, there
doing?
goes 4 theories.
It's water.
It's fucking king of the sea, motherfucker. It's fucking
It's just water. It's not
Poseidon.
even
We're
frozen
fucking
water this
fighting
time.
Poseidon.
What?
Lucy is going to do the same dodging method he did with the previous Mad as Hell, where he has the ball spinning in his hand and he grabs it, and the perpetual inertia will grab him like grabbing onto a bicycle tire and fling him to the side.
Awesome. Okay, so you lose by 1.
That isn't too
And
bad.
God, you're a lucky motherfucker. Do you know what that means?
I'm not eviscerated.
It splashes on you. You take 1 point of frostbite. Only 1.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Oh. Oh, God. God, Tali, what the fuck?
Love the ocean and cannot kill you guys.
And I hate to be that
God,
guy,
you
but it's
really
gonna do it
can't
again.
Tali, shut the fuck up. You love being that person.
Oh, you're right, I do. The water that lands around you is gonna try and pool around you and surround you.
I will go to 7, and I won't become a Lucy Ice Pop.
Lucy Popsicle.
Lucy never let go, so he's just spinning. He's a full 360. He's thinking.
Okay. With how much you won that by, you're able to launch yourself back upwards and stabilize.
Oh.
Act 4 takes the trident back down into its 2 hands, and as it's slowly lowering back down, you can see it click its head in almost a manic stare at you, Lucy.
Lucy's gonna look at him just like arms to the side, like, what?
Elazar.
Alright, I'm continuing to climb up this tower.
Okay. As you get up to the jellyfish, it's interesting. There's no sort of, like, reaction to you being there.
Are they wrapped around anything particular? Just
The metal of the tower,
supports?
the dishes.
I don't get it, Bliss. This entire time, this storm, the one barrier between us and escape, it's all revolving around this radio tower. I just can't seem to piece together what.
Well, clearly it's protecting it. I'm protecting it. Whatever. It's gotta be
Yes.
here somewhere.
It seems like this conflict revolves around this tower as well. I'm going to keep looking around up here. See if you can follow me down to take you down into the actual machinery contained below the tower.
Great idea,
There could be something
actually.
of interest down there as well.
Alright. I can do that.
Don't vanish on me.
Not planning on
I'll
it.
try
Doc.
to do the same for you. If I don't respond, then something's happened, alright? Good luck,
Understood.
and Godspeed. As for the rest of you, keep holding them off! You're doing a great job! I don't know how much reassurance I could really provide, though.
You're doing your best. It's weird, but odd. I should be feeling something right now.
It is strange. If anything,
Alyssa.
know that at least some of this confusion has been cleared up with the arrival of Mad as Hell, and with Hexaflake's assistance. I feel that our purpose here, our resolve, should be steeled with their presence. Not waiting.
We can do this. It's not over. It's not fucking over until I know for sure that every piece of me's been scattered across this goddamn planet with no recognition left. So fucking go for it! I know you. You could find it.
I'm gonna pick up Rolling Gold off of my shoulder. I'm gonna place them down like, find somewhere that they can hang on to on the tower itself.
Interesting.
Maybe there's like a consciousness or something tied to this tower or tied to these jellyfish that rolling gold would be able to subdue.
We'll keep that in mind. I don't think there's anything for you to roll immediately, but I like your thought process. Bliss is going to hop off the rope and land on the top of this containment unit, and he's going to follow me down out and just go,
If you got any electrical know-how, now would be the time to tell me.
and they're going to dig a hole sort of down into the center of the area, and Bliss is gonna make a brains roll.
Come on, buddy.
God,
He kind of holds his hands up to his temples.
God, this hurts looking at this. I know I've been here before, but I can't remember any of it.
And then the wild thing is going to leap off and sort of grab at a little bit of some of the wire. And Bliss is going to look down.
What?
If you don't remember, maybe they do.
And it's going to pull at the wire.
You think it's that? I'm sorry, I don't follow.
It is then going to roll its head, and it's going to bite down on the wire.
Shut it down.
Yeah, it rips and it tears the wire out, and there's sort of, nothing that really happens. And Bliss looks down at it, kind of confused for a second. The dog spits out the wire and then puts a paw on Bliss.
Yeah, I made this. Okay. Wait, I get it. Alyssa!
What is it?
It's not the tower! There's nothing here! It's not powered on!
Then that would be the only thing that remains here.
It's something else!
Wait a minute. Could there potentially be something that we don't know about these jellyfish? If they're frostbitten, then there must be a consciousness attached to them as well.
That's
Correct?
true!
So in that case,
Can I instead try to carefully place rolling gold on the jellyfish instead?
Which one?
You're doing what with my cat?
The big one.
Big one, huh?
You're doing what with my cat?
Potentially blowing up this tower. But hopefully, what I'm
starting to think that
banking
might
on
be for the
right now
best.
is that the subduing effects of rolling gold will stop the jellyfish from going nuclear.
And rolling gold as you touch it, just boom, boom, like touching a big balloon. That's weird.
The cat spreads out and it's comfy.
You feel your power activate.
I knew it!
Can you roll me precision?
Sure.
Okay. I was really fighting you in that regards. The raging sort of electricity inside of Tiny Glowing Screens is going to calm. And it's going to take one of its tendrils, and it slowly starts to move again. And it reaches a hand up to Rolling Gold. It's kind of gently patting it on the head.
Rolling gold purrs.
Doesn't seem to be aggressively doing anything to you.
Alright, Alistar's just gonna kind of look around and he's like, I shouldn't stay up here for too long. He's gonna start going back down next turn.
Okay, I need to make a brains roll for Tiny Glowing Screens. You wanna know what its brains is? It's a zero. Oh, hey! That's a crit, though!
Let's go!
No way! No way!
Come on!
Oh my god, okay, so another tendril comes out, Elisar, as you're starting to work your way back down, and it's going to tug on your collar.
Alistar's just gonna kind of like look back, like confused for a second.
And the tendril's gonna move, and it's going to point straight up.
Of course. Can you take me there?
The tentacle goes left and right.
Very well. Bliss! Can
Yeah,
you hear me?
I hear you!
Tiny glowing screens is motioning to us,
Oh,
trying to
okay.
get our attention about something. It's pointing. It's pointing to where I looked when I experienced an anomaly. Not at the tower, but above.
Bliss sticks his head out from all the wires.
It's not the tower. You were right, Bliss. It's something above. It's something above the tower.
And I'm gonna throw my spin ball at it. Specifically, I'm trying to hit the trident.
The trident? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Act 4 is going to hold it out defensively, and first and foremost, this butterfly is going to follow the air current. Lands on the trident. And second of all, as the spin ball is releasing from your hand, you feel a sharp pain in your temple. That being said, the spin ball flies true, smashes directly into the trident blocking, and sends a hairline crack up it.
Ooh.
Just all up round the trident.
Hello there. You look sort of familiar. I think your brothers have caused enough pain. Just pain. By chance, are you the one that I'm going to have to wring the neck of about this flood? This thing caused the flood that killed Millie.
Yes, it did.
Alright, we're back in Lucy's headspace.
Yep.
Somebody
Crack
pull him
knuckles,
away.
skinny ass.
Get the ass, please.
Upon hearing that, Seiko's with you on this one.
This reserve field is currently locked. One lock.
One lock.
The rest are exposed.
That's so many. Makes sense, though.
There's a lot going on here.
Oh, trust me, I've picked up on a few things, but I can only monologue one at a time.
And it looks at you and... Lucy, you know this is bliss. So that makes this all the more unnerving. As you almost swear, it moves its head as if it's laughing.
Tali, your words. He looks at himself, he looks at the damage on him, he looks at the frostbite that has roughed his skin up and frozen over where he's bleeding outside the skin. He looks at the fish. We go over here, next to Murph.
Elisar, give me a bronze roll. It seems that the blizzard starts to... It gets weaker. It's weaker where you're standing.
Up here. Okay, so I'm getting close, is what that sounds like. Oh, I've got you now.
You'll notice also, Lucy, Seiko, you hear a crunch behind you.
Like the crunch of snapping ice, possibly.
Yes. Murph looks forward.
Okay, I got a stupid idea. Lucy,
I'm listening.
Seiko, you were up close to that thing.
He points at Act 4.
Yeah.
That giant tornado water, whatever the fuck.
What about it?
What part of the body is that?
Beg pardon?
Do either you know?
If you're gonna break something, I'd imagine your hip looks.
Alright.
He's going to take his knife out, and he's going to
Oh God, Murphy.
slice into his own fucking...
Seiko looks away.
Yeah. Okay. Sure thing, Murph. So he's going to take no damage as the knife slices in.
This actually heals me.
There is a chunk. Nothing happens.
That would be a no-go.
Well, shit.
Your turn, Seiko.
Is gonna move up. See, my vision sucks, but even with my bad eye on this character, can I see that crack on the trident?
Yes.
Alright, I'm going to launch my spin die at that then and try to make the crack worse.
Okay, you're able to gasp out a small breath. However, it's harder to breathe.
Spin die at trident!
Everyone, you're gonna watch as Seiko falls onto her knees, piercing headache splitting through her head. Roll again.
Could I pop a cat instead?
So the spinball's gonna fly in, it blocks once more, the hairline cracks go up further, and you blink your one eye back open, and you're able to catch your spinball. But that was weird. For a second you weren't even here. You were seeing something completely different.
Still struggling to breathe, I assume?
Yeah. Act 4 is going to start slowly going back down, and you're gonna notice as, first and foremost, the butterfly folds onto its trident. As it's falling, it's gonna hold its hand up, and both of these butterflies are gonna fly towards your eye.
Oh, same eye?
The eye that currently has a butterfly in it. Yes?
Fuck. Rolling Girl's gonna grab Seiko and throw her back towards Murphy.
Okay. The air, basically, of the pushback was actually helping the butterflies. So it's a good thing you rolled better. And they fly up kind of above.
Well, this isn't safe, but it's really all I have. The only option.
He's going to unhook the climbing gear from where he had it hooked around his belt.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to take that end and is going to, like before, what he did with grappling up the tower. He's going to swing around, get some speed going, get some momentum going on the hook, and just blindly, he's not going to try to look up there because you know that might screw everything up if he looks at it. He's going to try to throw the hook up there and see if it hooks up on anything up above the tower.
Okay. It goes up. It goes up. And it goes up. And it
Fucking god, is it what I was thinking it was?
and it goes up.
Holy shit! No way! This is no way.
And you pause. It never comes back down.
Am I just looking at a rope? Just like going straight up? Just there?
Yes. Yes, you are.
Something's up there. With a very strong gravitational pull, I think. So, recall everything that the good doctor has told us about solar gravitation. Now take into consideration what we have just learned about the butterflies.
Butterflies are fucking orbiting it, aren't they?
Each butterfly is part of a soul. And I'm having a feeling that this storm is a sort of manifestation of this thing's gravitational pull. The air currents being kind of like the trajectory of orbit of, say, like an asteroid field. Now, the question still remains, what the fuck actually is it that's up there? And why does it not want to be looked at? Bliss?
Yeah.
I have good news and I have bad news. I decided to partake in a little bit of my favorite pastime of fishing.
You're
clouds.
joking.
The bad news is, I actually caught something.
Oh, fuck me.
I don't think I'm supposed to look at it. Last time that happened, I lapsed out of reality completely for an hour.
Motion Bliss is climbing up. He's gonna keep his vision over.
Okay.
Keeping his vision low.
Something is up there.
How do we deal with something we can't look at?
That's the thing. Feeling? It's really the best answer I have.
He's gonna manifest a rune in his hand.
This is a
Do you think you could pull it down here?
terrible idea. But I
It
can
is,
fucking try.
but try to pull it down here. We could try to... Sounds ridiculous, but we could try to blow it up by using tiny glowing screens.
Did he just roll the tornado? Oh my god, he just rolled the tornado!
Let's go. Bliss.
Okay, he holds out the Roman
Really?
numeral 8.
The closer it gets, the more it's going to try to pull on us. Pull on our souls, if it is exactly what I theorize it is. We're going to have to hold on for dear life. And if we can blow it up, if we can destroy it, this may be our last mission together. This is exactly... We are doing what they have been trying to prevent us from doing all along, this whole time.
He's gonna give a weird, fleshy smile as the rune circles in his hand.
What the hell are we waiting for?
And he's gonna place it on the rope. And the tornado is going to begin pulling. Elisar, even without looking up, the light that begins to encompass you becomes blatantly clear. And you hear another sound. A sound almost like a screech. Something reverberating at the back of your mind. And you feel the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. And then, all around you, all around, snow freezes.
And
And
I'm still conscious. I'm still aware.
you're still aware. You look at Bliss, and you look around, and that blue light descends down.
Doctor, I am fighting every instinct to not look. I'm not afraid to tell you that.
Me too. Make it quick. Whatever you do.
Okay. Something is gonna change, you guys. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Elisar and Bliss, I need you to reroll initiative, and only you two.
Huh. 11. That is as fast as I could possibly go. Bliss! Yes, come on! Holy shit, we got this. Oh, I have an idea. Please, 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 please let us go first. Please.
Useless. Don't roll.
This is going to
Don't
end
roll a
the
bunch
other
of
initiative. So, Elisar, you are first to act, as everything has frozen.
He's just first going to check, just to make sure. He's going to look at his arm in his hand in front of him. Make sure that he is moving, and indeed moving.
You move your hand, and it's normal. It moves normally. Give me a brains roll. Okay.
Does it feel like whatever you've hooked is like trying to do something, or is this just a brains roll to get me to like pick up on
Just for
something
you to
about my
see
own
something
movements?
around you. Because you're not looking up,
Okay.
but you are looking down.
Yes.
Over here. You blink, and everyone is gone. The only thing there that you see is this entity looking back up at you. And furthermore, seems rather hurt.
Is this an... This is an hour in the future, isn't it? Oh my god, this is an hour in the future.
The other thing you'll notice about it is it's not moving. Even the birds seem to be frozen still. Wings outstretched, not flying around it, just frozen.
I think next thing that Alistar is going to do, after making sure that he is here, that he is aware, it's going to turn to Bliss and go, Bliss, are we?
Everything stopped. You don't happen to think that we're... What? An hour in the future, do you? What you...
There is a reason that I didn't notice this anomaly the first time it occurred to me. It's because I was alone.
Then what happened to everyone else? Where are they?
Look, given that the attack... Certainly this is only a vision, right? They can't possibly all be...
Focus on the task ahead.
No, wait.
Is Roland Gold still there?
Yes.
You're right. Besides, Roland Gold is still here. Which means... Seiko's not dead. It must just be a glimpse into something that could be. A future, an hour ahead, that just hasn't happened yet.
Well, then let's make sure it doesn't happen, because I don't like the looks of that down there.
He's gonna pull himself up onto the sort of outcropping, stabilize himself, pull up a rune just so he has it.
I'm not one to really,
What, smash
place
things?
much faith. I'm not really one to place much faith into predeterminism. Have our actions caused this?
I don't know. You know me, Doc.
Would continuing our actions cause this?
Elisa, since we have a moment, can I level something with you? That's been really bothering me.
No time like the present.
My daughter. I love her with all of my heart. But I don't feel anything, Elisa. It's like I can't be sad. I don't know why. But I have a guess. If you'd like to hear it.
Are you meaning to suggest that you have been separated from the part of you that cares about her?
No.
No.
I'm meaning to suggest that the part of me that cares about her and the part of me that can comprehend her death are two separate things. I don't know how it's possible, but it's what I feel. Oh. Well, we have this time here. Maybe. If we're lucky. Fuck. You got me being all hopeful. But maybe we can find a way to go back.
I've been wishing that the whole tidal wave and all of this destruction has just been an illusion. That none of it was real.
I'd really like that. I want to see her grow up. I want to see her have a life. I don't know what it feels like to be a father on a normal day.
This whole project, it's taken and taken and it just kept taking. What were the hopes for the returns? And some resources that could have otherwise been shipped here? If only they didn't lack the funding. How out of control this whole thing has spun, hasn't it? If only there was a way to turn it all back.
All his fucking
Turn back the clock.
My fault, whatever. Frankly, I don't even consider myself the same person anymore.
And you shouldn't.
I find his actions abhorrent.
Mathematically, there is no reason to define yourself as the same person that you once were. What matters is that you are the person who is going to make a difference here and now.
Alright.
Grab on.
Stupid fucking hopes.
He's gonna hand Bliss.
Let's go.
He's gonna hand Bliss the rope.
Grabs the rope.
He's gonna hand Bliss the rope. Jump! He's gonna jump off the tower, still holding onto the rope. And he's also gonna grab off Rolling Gold. So as they quickly descend, pulling this thing down with their weight, it's gonna land directly in the center of the tiny glowing screens as their rage begins to build again due to the lack of Rolling Gold.
You jump alongside Bliss, and you start to fall down. And you start to fall down. You're not going down.
We're not falling.
In fact,
Now that,
you can feel everything around you getting colder. And that blue light gets brighter.
are we being pulled closer to it now?
No. You're just not moving.
Okay, before we drift out too far, can I try to grab onto this little extension of the pylon right here?
Yeah, you're actually currently above it, so you could hook your foot around it.
Okay. Yeah.
That's weird. Hold on, I'm good.
Yeah, second thought, that's maybe go about this a little bit differently.
Okay, so what's the
now.
chances that maybe your theory is wrong? That was weird. Oh, fuck. Hey, you got me going, though. Let me tell you, that was one hell of a speech.
That would have been a really spectacular way to, tie this whole thing together, but we're actually going to have to put our minds to work. Hang on.
Okay. Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm trying to figure it out.
Okay.
So
Okay.
storm.
Yeah, let's come up with a plan.
Solar magnetism, right? Okay.
Yes?
The souls are gravitized, but the matter probably isn't, right? So it's like gravity, but not gravity.
And given that the soul is, not particularly a unified point, but something that, permeates the entirety of one's being, then the two forces would pull each other. They would cancel out. It would just be you just float.
Unless there's a lot of souls up there. Yeah, I don't know. Okay.
I'm not sure either.
Well, shit.
Can you give me a brains roll to notice something?
Yes.
Okay,
Right
because you
away.
just jumped off. I feel like you might see this. So when you look back down at that jump and you're like, whoa, my feet aren't going down, you notice a movement. Oh, the snow's moving down there. Not very fast, but it is moving.
The butterflies. They're all gathering. Is that it? Is that why we're not going anywhere? We're caught between two extraordinary extraordinary pulling forces. Bliss,
Yeah.
time for an astrophysics pop quiz.
Okay, shoot.
When you get a celestial object with a gravitational force greater than its overall sort of what its mass would otherwise allow, what does that form?
You get an implosion, you get a black hole.
Correct. And what happens when two black holes are observed to collide?
They collapse on each other, they create a warp in space-time. Is that...
He just kind of angles a finger and points up.
Yes, this is where I was getting. We are but planets caught in a cataclysm of sorts between two highly intense sources of solar magnetism.
Bliss just kind of gulps for a second.
Hold on, wait, are you saying that we just hold the event horizon towards ourselves?
Essentially, that is what we are currently experiencing right now. A well of solar magnetism so great it is causing distortions in the fabric of time around us. Hence why we are seeing, well, things the way that they are right now.
So our body won't be spaghettified, our souls would be?
Our souls would be
That's
precisely.
so much worse!
That is terrible. If these two forces were to interact and combine, I'm afraid of what exactly that would spell for us. Bliss?
And shouldn't we send that thing
Start
packing?
pushing in the opposite direction immediately.
How do we do that, though?
Give me a hand.
I can't just push a black hole!
We were able to pull it.
God, the fires.
Alright, he's gonna try to push a black hole. Sort of like a whirlwind forms in his hand and starts to float up. It's like a ring of air. And as it goes up and up and up, it slows down and you no longer feel it blowing. And he looks at Alisar. He just goes,
Okay, give it a minute. Okay, it's still
not
going.
going anywhere.
I can feel it. It should be going up right now. It's still going. What do we do, Doc?
Dr. Iso, I'm at a complete loss.
Alyssa?
he's gonna place a hand on your shoulder.
When we're out of options, what do we always choose? The one that sounds the craziest, right?
Okay, so you're saying we jump into the black hole.
God knows, man.
That sounded like the craziest one to me. What's your idea?
Well, seeing it would probably help.
I suppose we've already
Even if we
crossed
lose
the
another
point
hour,
of no return.
what's the worst that could happen? We lose another hour, right?
Right. Alright, but if this is going to take you somewhere, I'm going with you. So, on the count of 3, we look. Alright?
Okay.
He also grabs out Wild Things.
You too.
Alright.
Okay.
Okay, no time for second thoughts. On the count of 3, okay?
Okay. Yep.
Ooh. 1,
Soul spaghettification.
2,
Oh, fuck me. 3!
3, and go! Ow!
And you look up. Hey, that's your hook.
Yeah.
It's still going up. Hey, that's the whirlwind.
Oh.
Hey, that's like 17 bullet-shaped frostbitten. Also still going up. And you see basically a swirling vortex. Vortex is the wrong word. It's more so an obfuscation of snow, and one thing's for certain. The center of it all is something that's emitting a large visual distortion.
Oh, jeez.
Looks familiar.
A little. Oh, hey, wait a minute. There's a lot more going on in there.
And as much as I would like to continue this scene, I think this is where we're gonna have to end for today.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Hey, guess what's on the to be continued screen?
Yeah, it's been there all along. It's always been there.
Next time we'll come back on Polar Night 8.
You're gonna leave me a whole week to just stare in the void? Okay.
Sorry,
I love watching the void.
Stare at the void that stares back at you.
Oh,
I love looking at the manifestation of an absence of soul.
Soulless spaghettification? Oh, fuck no.
dude, that whole conversation!
Help me, that was so funny.
So good.
I love dramatic scenes that lead into complete and utter
Oh yeah, I always miss him floating up there. I think he's just another star.
He just little dude.
All like the dots in the night sky, or the bubbles in the infinite ocean.
Wait a minute. Is the background
just
the fucking water?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Yes?
It's always been the wave. It's always been
Bruh.
coming. I love dramatic scenes and like heart-to-hearts that lead into like just goofy anticlimactic shit where both characters have to realize how anticlimactic it was and just kind of laugh it off.
When they laughed off the realization that they were wrong about it, and when they just slowed it down like, haha, yeah, okay. It's great. Dude, Bliss is
Wait a
going
minute.
through so much right now. Jared, I feel you on the hard to play Lucy. It's hard to play Bliss. He's like, you know the trauma where you can't even feel emotion? That's kind of him right now.
He's in shock
That's
still.
also kind of what was happening to Lucy because Millie happened.
Uh-huh.
It's
Fucking
like-
enticing happened.
Yeah. It's like being in shock, but that's just you all the time.
Like Lucy was just in a trance where like so much was happening that I started getting nulled to it, but I couldn't be nulled to anything, so I actually had to push my emotions forward as Lucy in order to figure out what I'm doing.
Really awesome way that all happened. I'll be honest, I didn't expect the party to split on this encounter, so it's really interesting seeing just Elisar and Bliss have to deal with it. Oh my god.
There's kind of a thematic sense to that,
be
though.
in the next episodes besides, and now back to Tunnel Group. Are we actually gonna do anything? No.
No, I like looking at the ocean from down here.
Very pretty
Now,
sky.
it's now back to Tunnel Group. They're drowning.
So, I want to talk about how everything's been building up to this. Everything. There are so many lines. If you go back throughout the series, viewers who are watching, and anyone who's in the game who wants to know about it, Bliss's entire character, ever since Beach episode, I've been foreshadowing the wave with his tattoos. He's got undersea, deep water tattoos, it's why he's a marine biologist. This entire campaign was built with the purpose of, I want to drown the entire map. That was the goal. I can now be blunt with you about it. So many
Showing
things
us
in the
frozen
game.
waves around the Titanic.
Bliss has had
From, like, the first
nightmares
night.
about
Yeah.
drowning. So many of his descriptions have been about crushing weight. Everything in the visions that Echelon had, that Lucy and Elisar and even Seiko now have been having, have all been about this crushing weight, drowning you deep. The descriptions of the butterflies are like the dots in the night sky. Everything Millie says is all like, oh, like all the bubbles in an infinite ocean? I have foreshadowed this a million times over. Go back and look. I don't even know how many times I've done it. It's been very fun.
It's also like, was it also
Again,
with
all of that
Murphy?
could also have been explained, like half of that could have also been explained by Bliss is the marine biologist, and that's
why
the
I made him.
explanation we need.
Well, yeah, it's
But, like-
foreshadowing. You're not supposed to know what it is.
So was that also like the visions that Murphy was getting with the lucky one, and that why he was on
Of
a
all the
ship?
screaming? Yes. That's That's why he went to the ship. You know, one of my possible thoughts was you guys fixing the Titanic to avoid the wave. I legitimately considered that. I'll be able to talk about it a little bit more. This will never come up in game, but the Devil of the South, the reason that the devil was coating frostbitten in ice and all of that was because the butterflies are the only thing that can resist the wave.
I see.
All been built into this, baby. I'll keep the rest to myself, because the rest is unknown at this point. It can be discovered. But,
Kind of makes you wonder if the devil is a good guy.
Well, if he was, he was really, really terrible at displaying it.
There's a lot more going on with the devil. We'll talk about it later.
Here's the thing that I've viewed at this. Any of the quote-unquote characters, antagonists, anything, anybody could have been the final boss if we played it a different way.
Yep.
Right.
Lucy could have been the final boss.
Lucy could have been the final boss, Larry could have been the final boss, Millie could have been the final boss, the good doctor could have been the final boss. The path we've chosen is...
You did a really good job of this.
Thank you.
Holy shit.
What's his face?
Seiko could have gone off the deep end at any point.
The
Took a
Devil
lot
of
of
South
inspiration from other sci-fi stuff for this. The one thing that I directly referenced when drawing this, originally it was just gonna be, I can talk about this. You were gonna just wake up and be underwater, like it was just gonna, like that, and you'd have to deal with swimming to the top. And I was like, okay, that's fun, but what if they see it in the distance? And I based this artwork here off of one of my favorite shots in a film ever. If anyone's ever seen, this is actually a reference on, like, apparently there's, like, things going on in this game. I've never seen it. But, this is a reference to Interstellar in a little bit, is what I referenced to figure this out. There's a planet in that film where giant waves come every, like, 15 minutes, and I was like, I want a really imposing wave. Oh, that film did waves good. Let's see how they did it. So I drew it based on that.
So,
yeah,
this is kind of...
It's massive.
And now we're playing Subnautica.
Influenced by... I'm guessing that this occurrence was influenced by the same kind of gravity that we're feeling now coming from this this probe.
All these rumbles, everything.
Kind of similar to, like, moon controlling tides, that sort of thing.
And so with the mad as hell lighthouse and all of that, the idea behind this being, Duncan, you were pointing out, like, oh, Tali really loves making villain abilities the stupidest thing possible. Trust me, this is still a really stupid ability. This is the ability I've been super hyped for. It's very dumb once you get the actual wording.
Very dumb. Okay. I'm looking forward to it then.
My God.
It's bad! It's bad! I know it's bad. I've known it's bad for months. Get Mom!
Okay, and now it's post-episode, so I can tell you this. I had no intention of killing Millie with this. Zero intention. The only reason that happened... Remember when I was yelling, "That's not possible"? With Act 2? Act 2 destroyed her physical body. You want to know what that physical body was made out of?
Butterflies?
No.
No?
The motherfucking deep sea suits!
Oh.
It's a shell! It's a leftover shell!
Oh!
So she was gonna be fine! But because it never got fixed! I was just sitting there like, it's coming. She's gonna die. Oh my god, it's coming. She's gonna... Oh,
Kelly's been grappling with the fact that Millie's going to die for weeks.
I've had to accept it. I'm so sad.
Everything happened so quickly. I never got the chance to fix it.
Yeah, unfortunately, all the ones happened, and it's the way the dice happened. Dice tell the story. And I think thematically, her dying...
waited literally till the end of the week for those ones to happen.
good still.
Millie would have been fine.
Also, do you think, Sally, one, the fucking communicators being a human mouth and ear? Ugh.
Oh,
Yeah.
I told you they were weird!
And Sally, congratulations. You actually made me cry like a little bitch.
You want me to make it worse?
Oh no.
Jared does this. I decided a while ago. I'm so sorry about this in advance. There's a reason that I made one very specific thing for the flower scene. Either day 6 or night 6. When we had the whole conversation about how do we feel emotions, how does that all work? She never fully identified it. But ever since then, Millie's had a crush on Seiko.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I picked up on that.
And she figured it out in the end.
Fuck you!
Oh,
I'm sorry, Amy! I told you it was about to make it worse!
my friend, Amy, my friend, perish. I picked up on it, and me and Tali were talking. Tali was like, oh yeah, this is very obvious. I'm like, yeah, it is.
And you know what? Seiko cared for Millie too, so that's why she screamed out, I love you.
That made it so much better. Dude, that was so good. You did that without even knowing I was about to drop the I love you gif. Oh, it hurt.
I know, I saw that, and I was like,
Oh, it fucking hurt.
oh my god.
And now, you see, Seiko knows who's responsible now. And
Yeah.
she is pissed.
Don't hurt me, Dad.
Oh, don't say that now.
There's a reason I put that one in there.
Yeah.
Listen, his goddamn three-way civil war.
Speaking of the douchebag, you want to see the full artifact for?
In it. Yeah.
Also,
Fuck yeah, I want to know what I'm
Fish.
fucking fighting.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
Wow.
coming out. Oh my
oh
god.
my god, he's part of the fish.
Yeah, I'm coming for
Oh
you,
my
bitch.
god, the
I'm coming
Things
for
to
you.
try that. Oh my
Are
god.
these things down here on the map like the fish's jaws? Or is that still just the giant's hand like I thought it was?
Oh, that?
On the,
Yeah, that's the
menu
giant's hand.
screen? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was
Oh,
like,
I'm
are
not
those like
that
the
clever.
fishes?
Look at the fucking lure. Oh my god, it was there the whole fucking time.
Oh, Jared, I can tell you now. You know when you were wandering off alone during the Ansler bit? I was so close to eating you, dude.
Oh, I know.
I was
see
so
you.
close to eating you.
I see you.
Oh my fucking god,
Hey,
if we had
Tali.
seen the full art, we could have
May I
just
ask?
told Murphy to cut out his own dropped him down
That's
like a
kind of what I was looking for.
What exactly was it that Seiko did that won Millie over?
Everything. The genuine show of compassion, the excitement towards her self-design, the trans talk really hit hard for her. The promise that
Yeah.
she could have another life on the continents really meant a lot for her, and especially when you said, I think the one that really won her over, I had to overcome a flaw for this one, you basically referred to her as a human
Oh, I remember Tali.
and refused to accept anything else. And it basically, it made me cry. That's what hit her the hardest.
Fuck.
Before we move on
God,
from
now I
this arc,
can't tell
by the
anyone
way-
for multiple months that
Yeah,
Millie's
I
dead.
know. That's what I was saying earlier.
Multiple months with what?
That Millie
we
can't
have
tell
to keep
anyone
all
in the
this shit
fan
quiet.
server.
Yeah, you can't tell me that Millie's dead.
You're gonna be still making fucking Millie art, and I'm gonna be over here like,
Hey, Secrets Break staff, it's me, a longtime watcher and fan who was in a coma for 6 months. How's my favorite character Millie doing?
Hey, Tali, I will tell you this. During the session, I've already begun thinking of how to revive her. My current... And here's the great
Your
thing.
trunks are at least 600 feet
By
underwater,
current
Amy.
technology standards, by technology that exists today, it is doable. Just really fucking hard.
There are
Depends on
things
the
that can
condition
be
of the hard
done,
drives.
like, for example, making another Millie. There are technically ways you can try and do things. I'm not gonna say you can't try. I would never say you can't try. I'm just doubtful. Oh, Kat, I didn't tell you. I did the thing. She realized that they betrayed her at the last second, like you suggested. I did the thing.
I was hoping. I was gonna ask you after if you had.
Yeah, I did. It was part of.
Guys, that was my idea.
It was part of
Killer,
Camelia's
man.
talking her down and trying to make her okay with the whole thing. I love
And I've
Camellia.
already-
That was
I've
like
already made a decision.
Camellia as a character came
Yeah.
to a peak in that scene.
I came up with the idea of like, oh, what if
Oh
Millie
my
just
God.
remembers?
Also, if
I was really
if I do
hoping
manage to
that you
cover
would have
enough,
Camilla just say, yeah, but they were trying to help, and then just pointed at the blood still on the console that just says, believe in your sister.
if I do manage to recover
I
enough,
forgot that was
and
there.
make-
Fuck! I could have done something with that. Shit!
If I do it,
That would
if I
have been
do
so
it
cool.
We'll save it for the
in
manga.
post, nobody will notice.
In post, it totally happened. Headcanon for my own campaign, it totally happened.
Nobody will notice the ADR.
No one will notice the voiceover.
And then there's one other thing I gotta tell you. I'm sure you're aware of this, but no more revives, hee-hoo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No more revives, you're out of that.
Guys.
And here's the worst part of it. Because we're stuck 600 feet underwater, LSR.
Yeah,
We
I
have,
have.
so fucked.
we have no idea what's going on.
Oh,
Larry,
I can't wait to see how you get out of that situation. That's gonna be
See,
cool.
listen, here's what you do. You drop bombs in a linear fashion.
He drops bombs.
Campaign 2. It's been 1,000 years, and LSR and Larry finally emerged from underneath the ocean.
They are Atlantis.
I'm gonna fucking kill it with extreme prejudice.
Doesn't
Oh,
the flower
absolutely.
only puts back together
I'm
flesh?
kind of sad that I don't get to join in on killing him with
I
extreme
still haven't asked about the
Yeah.
fucking
You
earrings.
can't put
It
Millie
only puts
back,
back together flesh. You can't put Millie back together.
with the flower.
Damn.
With the flower, yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so there's something I really want to talk about the design philosophy behind extension of view. So there are white fronds on this, and specifically this and Dr. Tiller. I saved the white fronds for when she is putting something new in. It's sort of a symbol of rebirth type deal. So because you Watt-skied yourself, I put white on you.
Yeah.
The things I do for cosmetics.
Also, yeah. It was really fun to turn his beard into flesh anyway.
Oh man, Millie can't even let go people anymore.
Yeah, looking.
Can't believe we're finally here. The wave has finally hit.
Looking like a
happened.
character creator screen randomized option over here.
It's been 20 years.
He does look like he's a mess, dude. He's a mess.
Was it X's or O's for the ancillary learning point? Wasn't he like blue? When he was red.
Oh right, we saw
It's the same
we saw
design.
X's colored. We saw him whited out.
Oh
earlier.
yeah. He's got color now. He got color now.
Ah, okay.
Oh, Cat. Ancillor used his learning point, and he managed to get one of his markers back.
He can now do a lightsaber force pool on his markers.
One of them.
I'm only one
This
of them.
motherfucker. Did they
I
float? Did you decide on if
Did-
they floated
did what?
the markers?
I have not decided. Well, how about this? I've decided I'm not going to tell them if they float.
Guys, Tali and I had like a whole 15-minute conversation.
Don't worry, Ancillor. We'll find your marker. We just have to skim thousands of miles of ocean. It's somewhere.
It's all right, mate. I got one of them. I can.
If there's similar
Fine.
composition to regular markers, markers are buoyant.
That's what we were
That's the
talking
thing.
about.
There are specific types of markers, and it depends on the
It's
composition.
got to be somewhere between the Southern, Indian, and Pacific Ocean. We'll find it.
So we know it didn't go into the South Atlantic. Cool.
So, where butterflies never die, little flecks of souls magnetized towards each other.
What the fuck?
And that.
Each And episode this is between what- me and Alex. Yeah, don't worry
Yeah.
about that.
Oh, I actually have a question about this.
Permission,
Please.
Me handing you Lucy lore at the beginning of the series, and these coming from Iris. Would you originally have had this as Bliss as the Stand Master?
Yes. These originally had no stand master. It was just gonna be a stand without a user. However, and my logic then before you had created Iris was, Kirito and Bliss just made it together. But with Iris, you gave me a perfect inspiration, literally, in universe.
I kickflip. I'm still so baffled by that I gave you a butterfly you already had, and you went, oh, hey, look, a name! Check mark.
The best part is, the only difference about their core ability was you were crystal and this was ice, and ice and crystal are pretty similar if you ask me.
Here's the thing, Tali. Here's the difference. It's just the mineral they're made out of. They're just the same state of matter.
Yep.
Yeah.
The same.
Tali told me about when. Hold on, let me think for a second.
Oh.
Hands you a butterfly?
Hands
Hands you a butterfly?
It was shortly after Iris had been drawn, and I think I came out and Tali was prepping, and Tali was like, Jared has just handed me the perfect amount of trauma for him. Or something like that.
Ew.
Yeah. So I want to share these snips from a 2022 conversation during.
And turn that storm to vanilla in the summer sky. Caterpillar to a butterfly. I must be going crazy.
Leak the DMs.
So when Cat was fucking flirting.
I forgot he was the main antagonist.
We made him gay. Fuck.
And this was back when Camellia and Bliss were the romantic couple.
I changed it.
And there's this when Cat gave him this little thing. I was like, okay, that's how he got it.
Gets the last laugh by making your main antagonist gay.
You know, I've had the goal to like date the main antagonist. Cat one-upped me on this and just engage the main antagonist.
I changed his sexual orientation.
Literally, Cat. Oh my god, I can talk about this too. When I was making Bliss, I said in my head, I was like, okay, it's me. I am going to make a straight character. I am going to make a straight character. They're gonna expect a gay guy. I'm gonna make a straight character. You.
What if they're
You
gay?
did make a straight character. I said no.
He's technically half straight.
Oh, I forgot about this.
Tali, I gotta say, this has gotta be your best campaign to date. Like, ever.
I'm so happy I'm a part of this. I have been
I have never
kickflipping
been
since
so
session 4.
emotionally invested in a game before.
Man, you must be tired.
Guys.
Since Act 4 has been revealed as the main antagonist,
Finally.
I can now say this.
Oh yeah.
It's time to talk about the beginning, motherfuckers! Yep. Yeah, you thought I'd never talk about this shit!
I really wanted to know what the fuck was going on with that stand.
This is mad as hell. Say hello.
Hi, Act 0.
That was
This was mad as hell.
mad as hell?
By killing it, you freed it and put it into play.
Oh!
Oh, good.
yes.
I helped.
Mad as hell would not have been an antagonist if you did not destroy this.
Oh!
Bliss.
So that
We were really
was
worried that you
Bliss,
weren't going to go on
not
this
the
one.
grandma.
Yeah, the grandma was never a part of the story.
Ah.
Yeah, and I sort of gathered that because if she was part of the story, we would be seeing a lot more of her than just this.
So,
I mean, we did figure out earlier that this was part Bliss because we figured out that Bliss liked
Technically,
the what is the word? Morse code.
I always thought.
what was Ansler going up?
Wait a minute, Tali.
if you watch this, that I will tell you later.
Yeah, I
'cause
have
that
so
can
many.
still be
I have
revealed.
so many Q&A questions. You have no idea.
Yeah, me too.
If you look at the S potential here, it carries over, for a reason, to this next one. Which, technically, the beginning is Act -1, if you're going to consider it that way.
Okay.
Because this is Act 0.
Yeah, the crawling guy. Okay, so that was
Millie
what I was
resurrected her
I was
dad
gonna ask you that.
in the basement, and he escaped the next night.
Because I was like,
what was the next
that threw me
night?
for a loop because I was like, wait a minute, the beginning is mad as hell. I always thought that this guy was mad as hell because of the head design.
They
Yeah,
both
this was
are.
day 4. And
It's
then
been a
day
big
fi-
setup for Madisel to be the big boss with
Day
these two.
5 is when yes.
And that's why things went crazy, because this one, which I will never be able to reveal the name of, so I'm going to talk about it here, it is called Gonna Be Free. There was going to be a whole encounter where the entire point was to stop it from running. And it couldn't do anything, it has no ability.
Ah.
If you destroyed it there, it's gone. No more Madisel.
If you destroyed it there.
Unfortunately, it just got to leave, because someone was having a mental breakdown, I point at Millie.
We were a little preoccupied.
A little preoccupied. So yeah, those are the big things that have been holding back for a while.
I remember Tali being like,
Um,
damn, I didn't get to reveal this name. I'm never
To be
going to be
fair,
able to
those
share
two
it.
things hadn't been there, and we thus hadn't had all the mad as hell encounters. The game probably would have gone in a different direction.
Yes! That's probably why. I noticed you guys talking, and I noticed the vibe during the fight, and I think it's very apt. There was a weird feeling during the Devil of the South encounter. It's because he was never really intended to be that important.
Felt a lot more threatening.
Like in the grand scheme of things, he's important behind the scenes, but the fight itself?
It did feel a
Just a
little
fight.
weird, yeah. 'Cause I was,
Yeah, that's good.
I
It
was
should have.
sitting there just enjoying the fight the whole time, and it didn't feel like a final fight.
High above, the Pioneer, where we ended on our little to be continued with both Bliss and Elisar stuck in a fucking alternate time something bullshit.
That's really cool looking.
So long ago, I thought you were
Ah, that's
oblivious.
Oh, this entire to be continued song, it's about drowning. Anyway.
Oh, fun.
Hello, it's been there. Hello, it's me, the wave. I've been here since the start.
Weird ass looking thing. Looks like a fucking jack-o'-lantern.
Hey, Tali, just for clarification, because those two that became crystals on my thing are not actually there, right?
Haha, about that. Yeah, they are.
Oh, I need to know that because reasons. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no, they're there.
So, thank you. Thank you for running today, Tali. This was great.
Oh,
Of course.
And,
Thanks for playing, thanks for putting up with my bullshit, and thanks for trusting me that the,
I feel a little bit bad about the off-screen death, but there's no way I could
that's
rationalize
it's
it
just
anywhere else.
what ended up happening. And
It's just
that's
what
okay.
happened, man.
Billy would have survived the wave if we hadn't.
Oh.
If
we'll
we
never
hadn't let
get
him
Dean
go and
backstory.
Shanked by Act 2.
hey, it could have been worse. It could have been both Millie and Oblivious. I was ready to kill them
Could have been
both.
everyone.
Gonna die.
It could have been everyone. You could have just failed your rolls to climb the mountain and died.
yeah, but we were just in good spots at the right moment, so we managed to survive.
Duncan, your whole play with the dome was so cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, but it also sets us on a time limit that you guys don't know we have.
I must be going crazy. I got blood across my face. I got tears that I can taste. I swear this world is trying to break me. Cause the wall is closing in and my soul is wearing thin. But you should know that I'm right here waiting when you're done bleeding. Gotta tell myself